Waters. Coming up on Stones Radio Networks, the SATs, Stones and Toy Show. Stay tuned for Dodge Dogs. They suck.
Every night I go to Listen to The Stones and Toy Show, The POS Show, Potter's Games, and so much more on Stones Radio Networks via the Mixlr app, or go to stonesradionetworks.com.
The following program is brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. The views, opinions, statements, outbursts, random thoughts, decisions, and shenanigans expressed are solely those of the hosts and in no way are reflective of those of the Lincoln Potters Baseball Club, management, or staff. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Bitches. You are listening to Stones Radio Networks, the home of the Lincoln Potters. Started with trading a bag of weed for a mixing board and a couple of microphones. This is the show that started it all. It started as Stones and the Boys, and through many incantations, we're always Stones and Toy. We had a Knock, a Casual T, a Jay Wuck, a Rebecca Blanton, a Jessica Cameron, Mike E. Winfield, a Carmichael Dave. But still, it always comes back to two guys sitting in a room talking.
Two guys sitting in a garage talking.
And now it's time for Stones and Toy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Goodbye Sober Day. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Stones and the Toy. Goodbye Sober Day. Goodbye Sober Day. Goodbye Sober Day. Goodbye Sober Day. Stones and the Toy.
It is like robot sex in your ears.
Oh, wow. We got some music happening tonight. What's happening, everybody? It's Sunday night. It is 6 something. I don't know, whatever time it is. It's after 6. But that's because we had a killer best of that we did some live shenanigans. We had some technical difficulties along the way, which is going to work out really in our favor at the end of it. So we had a little practice round, if you will, that we said we were broadcasting, but nobody heard it. So it was awesome. You guys should have been there. It's much like the great Tenacious D song tribute. The song that they wrote was the greatest song in the world, but they can't remember it, and only they and the devil heard it. So you got to believe them. Motherfucker. Got to believe them. I wish you were there. You got to believe me. Anyway, so the maestro behind it all is where I was trying to go, and bringing us all of these joyous occasions all the way through, as you've heard throughout the week, and every week before, and every week coming forth to you, thanks to the interwebs. The guy that's in charge of everything, including the TV channel that's on in the background. And that's what I was thinking about just before the doors opened. I went, oh, yeah, that's right. When I was looking back at last week, I realized that we had Bob's Burgers on the whole time, which is great, but it could be distracting to the people. But I wasn't looking because, well, I'm a handsome man, and I was lost at myself. Actually, I was lost at how fidgety I was, and now I'm just trying to see how long I can do this on my own, because it's a good time. And he's getting angry and all that stuff. T-minus. Oh, wait, there is another half to this show, isn't there? I guess there is. So, everybody, please enjoy the musings of my master. Thank you, Massa. Stones McCoy.
Jesus Christ, that was awesome. I was like, I was itching. I was rocking in my chair like I had to pee hella bad.
I know. That's what I was realizing that I was doing last week, and that's what I was kind of alluding to in my little diatribe there at the beginning.
You were fucking... You did that on purpose, and I loved it, actually.
I did, so that was fun.
Welcome in, everybody, to another edition Stones and Toy Show.
I got a lighter in my hand. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, don't show them your lovely yellow lighter.
I was just showing them 4 fingers, and I was like, that ain't right,
that's all we give you
what's
here.
all, yo?
We only give you 4 out of 5 stars here. So welcome in, everybody. As you did hear earlier, you saw us live. You saw us screw around and scramble around to get some of the audio resolved, but we did.
Yes, indeed, and it sounds great.
Yeah, so we're up and functioning now. So I'm happy to be providing this.
Which reminds me, I should probably turn this off. Huh?
However, there was a few things during that whole debacle. If any of you guys watched it, and I do highly recommend watching it because it's kind of a nice little recap of what happened throughout the week on all the shows, and it may pique your interest. And if it piques your interest, you follow that show, and that's how that stuff works. But while we were doing this, I told the toy to come over, and we would do this together. And then we're sitting in the garage, and I'm just like, man, I'm so low energy today. Like, I can't. And you're like, dude, let's just do it. Let's go.
Gotta just do it, man.
Gonna bring the bass in. We're gonna do some stuff. You said this. Okay?
I did say this.
So, I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but all right, let's go. So we come in here, we get it all set up, and then I check. I checked Facebook. That's what it was. I checked the Facebook stream.
The facey space.
And everything was working fine.
Fantastic.
Okay? Like, the video was good. The audio was good. Content could definitely use some help.
Needed some improvements, yes.
But everything was on the up and up. And then a few minutes later, I get a tweet, direct message, and a door opening to my buddy, the toy who's in the garage, stealing my last Coca-Cola.
Actually, there's another one in there still. This was the second to last, it turns out.
Well, then you lied to me.
Well, I
so
thought
it was either you stole my last one or you lied to me. One of the two things happened.
No, I spoke in truth when I said I was going to steal the last, but then when I went to the fridge and saw that there was actually two, I was overjoyed at the fact that I'm not stealing the last one.
All right. Well, thank you for not doing that. But while you were out there enjoying one of the two last Cokes, you came running in here, busted open the door, and said, "There's nothing on Mixlr."
And that's because I knew you were going to be replacing this door at some point, so I just wanted to kick that shit in. Like, bam!
You Hercules did. So,
that's right.
So you came in here. We started working on that stuff.
I think what I said was, hey, man, I'm listening to us right now, and there's nothing coming out.
Nothing on the other line, man.
And I know the speakers suck in the iPhone 7, and that's what I'm rocking, but, still.
We could do a whole show on the fact that you need a new phone.
I know.
But we're not going to. So then you decided you were gonna do the engineer thing, which, again, I commend you for. I appreciate you. You've learned these things over time. If there's a way to monitor something, you log in and you start monitoring it,
indeed.
and then you continue to try to find the reasons, what's going on, and fix it.
Right.
So you did that.
Yes, I did.
You left it on the entire time, though. So
every break
that we did while you were sitting in here, whether you were here on time or late, you came in and you're sitting there and your phone's there, and there's like a minute and a half delay between the two, and I could actually hear myself talking on the other end.
See, that's what's funny about not being able to hear.
You never heard that?
No, I had no idea. Once I put the headphones on, I didn't hear the phone anymore, so I forgot that it was on.
See, my low energy was like, dude, I don't even want to fucking yell at you right now, but man, I can hear your phone, bro.
Right, and so I think it was after the second one.
Phone, man.
I think it was after the second one you told me that, or I realized it.
And then
and
you gave me
were
the
like,
bird.
yeah, and I was like, no, that's like Craig from South Park. He just spontaneously does that. So,
so you're now Craig.
Kind of.
Fuck you, Craig.
So
Craig's a giant dick.
He is, and that's why he's great. But and then you pointed it out. I was like, oh shit, I should turn that off. And then I realized that now that we just had that conversation, there was another 10 minutes or so coming forth of a break that I should probably listen to. So I didn't turn it off.
No, you didn't.
And then I came in, and then we started doing this, and then I did my whole thing, but I at least turned it down.
Do you know
So I done that part.
Do you know that it's a scientific fact that the first 5 minutes of a show is going to dictate how that show is going to go for the next minutes? So if I hope you're just now tuning in, Jacob Mayonnaise 66. Hey, what's up, brah?
What's up, Jacob Mayo? Jake Mayo.
Yeah. Right on, dude. He's on the stream.
I like it.
So if you're just now turning in, you're lucky. If you caught the very beginning of the show, you now know where we're headed.
Off the rails.
Off the fucking rails.
That's where we go. Well,
All
that's
right.
because we have Ancient Aliens happening.
Well, so I have. Well, you kind of put out this tweet, dude. So maybe we'll just start here. You put out the tweet that I'm doing the countdown, right?
Oh yeah, the NASA thing.
Yeah,
Well, that
right.
was just because you were telling me how much time was left until we had to go on the air.
So get out your little handy dandy phone-ulator right there for me, if you will, and
I used the cough button and the
your
thing,
hand.
so,
So
that
you're-
therefore I didn't spread the vid.
COVID.
So I didn't spread the vid. No vid.
You're all right for a while.
Let me just respond real quickly to
To
our
who?
friend the It.
What does he say?
He said, you guys played the theme to Brooklyn 99. Who's your favorite character on the show? I like Cheddar. I'm down with the dog. I've never seen an episode, so I don't know. And I didn't know we played the episode of Brooklyn 99 at all. So
Tell me what you gonna do. That's from fucking Cops.
that's what I thought.
That's not Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I didn't think so. But Cheddar, yeah, I see the dog. And if that's the dog, then I'm down with him.
Okay, but check
So-
this out.
Anyway, give my love to Penelope, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. We love Penelope, but I don't know. I've never seen a single episode.
I haven't either.
Isn't that
So-
cool ass black guy on there though? The
Yeah.
big buff one,
Yeah.
The funny guy.
He's funny. He's older.
Isn't he like the big jacked guy though? Isn't he on that Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
He might have been. Are you thinking of
Terry or
Terry something?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, but every time I think of Terry, I always want to say it's Terry Tate, office linebacker.
I want to say Scary Terry.
Because, when it's game time, it's pain time.
It's pain time, baby.
And the pain trains are coming.
But I don't
Choo
know,
choo.
dude. Listen, the shows that I watch are generally on the TV behind us when we're doing a show, and it's like Bob's Burgers,
They're animated or alien related.
American
so
Dad.
therefore, he's
Rick
only
and Morty.
alphabetically like 2 or 3 down the list.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten there yet. However, you did turn me on to a couple of shows over the break, I guess, if you will, over this COVID time that I actually got into and I watched. I watched complete from the beginning to the end.
You did, and you enjoyed thoroughly.
I watched It's Sunny in Philadelphia from the very beginning to the
which
very end.
I have not yet logged into myself.
And so I did that, loved it, loved every minute of it. And I've heard many people say that before Danny DeVito, it wasn't funny.
Okay.
And it's a brief period. It's like a season and a half, right? I mean, it's not even that long that he's not in the show. But even that season and a half to me, is fucking hilarious. Okay.
Right, and you started
You don't
as
need
you
him.
always do from the beginning.
Oh yeah, dude. I jumped.
So you had a full appreciation of
Yes.
what it was like without Danny DeVito, and then didn't go back and have those kind of, yeah, I can see why that's funny now because you've understood the development of the character.
100%. And now, is his role very important in the show, especially as the seasons progress? Oh, fuck yeah. Like, he plays an intricate role.
Yeah, and he
However-
certainly adds that last little
Yeah.
piece to the stew.
But he wasn't missing from the first season and a half. I mean,
see what you're saying.
They were able to set up everything beautifully to where
Right.
it actually kind of worked out. Now, I don't know what really happened with casting and all that shit.
Right.
It sounds like it, or it looks like something else may have taken place there. You know what I mean? Like they had an issue, or maybe they had somebody else that was going to be that position,
Well-
from the get, because you can kind of feel like they had something else written there. You know what I mean?
I think, and again, you'd have to delve into the interwebs to
Yeah.
find out probably some sort of reality about actually the truth. But my recollection is that he was a fan of the show, and they were fledgling on the network, and he went in and said, you know what? I'm going to take over the show, and I'm going to be an EP.
Yes.
And I'm going to now be a part of it, and this is what I think you need to tweak so that this can really be something. Because he
And
said,
you have to add me in order to tweak it.
right, and he's like,
You
I
know?
think what you really need is somebody off the wall like me.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, well, you're Danny DeVito, so yeah. And
mean,
he was like, okay, let's do this. And then because they were
And some of the
'cause-
Danny DeVito comedy that he writes, he was able to perform.
Uh-huh.
And
that's the thing is like only he can
Ex-
write for
thank
himself
you.
better
Yes.
than anybody else can.
Absolutely. That's
You
what
know,
I was
so-
getting at. Like, dude, I mean, he can do it. And when he's thinking about doing it, there's nobody else that can do it.
No,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? And
It's
he's really good at committing.
Yep.
You
and
know what I
when he
mean?
sees it, I mean, from the years of Taxi, he wrote all that Louis De Palma shit all on his own, and it was just like, and a lot of it was just ad-libbed and off the top of his head, because once he'd start going, he was like, just give me a platform in which I can just go off and do my own little Danny DeVito.
He did improv on TV.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Give me a topic, and then boom. I mean, that was it. The next half an hour, all you had to do was film it.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? And then you could air that shit.
Yeah,
So
that's the brilliance of it. But I think it was something like that. It was like he really liked what they were doing, but was like, if you guys just did this, and if we did this, and they're like,
it didn't have to end though. That's the thing is that I wanted to say about It's Sunny in Philly. It doesn't have to end.
No.
Okay, and it's ended. And it doesn't have to have ended.
Right.
There's no reason for it. The story itself and all of the shenanigans within the stories
are still able to be continued.
Dude, they could all continue to go on. So you get to that point where you have a great show and you have people that are on the up and coming, right? And then they get discovered, and now they're looking at making other money other places.
That's what happened.
And this show goes away, and that's such a bummer because this is a good
bummer.
show.
Yeah.
This is a good show that's no longer being produced.
I've always heard that it's just a brilliantly written and performed show. And what little I've seen, I've laughed my ass off. I've just never invested any time into it,
Well, I'm going to give you credit for the next show, though, because the next show kind of caught me off guard. Originally, when it came out, I remember watching the previews for the show and going, you know what? I think I would check that out, but I don't know. It just kind of sounds a little too nerdy for me.
Okay.
And it turned out not to be.
Right. And
Okay.
you know what's funny is that was my initial take on it, which is why it took me like 5 or 6 years to actually get around to watching it
Then
as well.
tell the fine folks what TV show we're talking about.
I believe we were talking about the fantastic The League.
The League. And The League, FXX.
Yes.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, if you have seen it, I'm sure
need to.
everybody has. But
You need to. It's
everybody
great.
but
and it's
me.
total and it is one of those that you could probably dive in it somewhere, but you really got to start at the beginning.
You want to start at the beginning and go
because-
through the end, and it's
'cause
worth it. The rides
the
every
ride
year
is absolutely worth it.
are so worth it. So those are TV shows that are normal people TV shows, I think.
They
right?
are, because you're always about either aliens or animated, adult animated cartoons. Not hentai like Japanese anime porn,
I'm
but
not.
like
No, I'm not
like-
into tentacle porn, even though I should be. Man,
we'll talk about that in a little while.
Well, yeah, but no, dude. Seriously, I really should be.
I know, because you went to Japantown last night. So
Yeah,
we'll talk about that.
My
but
son,
Not yet.
my son, dude. He would help me out. He would get me hooked up with all the good stuff. You know what I mean?
He's down in the right district of. Well, I mean, he's like a couple miles out of the way, but I mean, he's in San Francisco, so I mean, he just. What'd you say? It was a 25 block hike.
hike.
So 25 block hike into Japantown. I mean, that's worth going in there for some tentacle porn.
Oh,
or some real live whatever tentacle porn shows, because I don't want to look into it because I have enough of imagination that I'm not going to let myself think about it.
If I was in Japantown and I saw, one of those signs on the street, that's
Do they have vending
advertised stuff,
machines with
you know,
panties in them in Japantown?
I didn't see any of that, but
Curious if that's just Japan or Japantown as well.
I think that's just Japan. But I mean, it
never
wouldn't
know.
shock me.
Me either.
It wouldn't shock me.
San Francisco, dude. Whatever.
Oh yeah, I did see some. I saw. Oh, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I saw something that really, really bothered me in San Francisco, and this is something that's made national news recently, and you may or may not have heard about it. I'm talking to the fine folks out there in the ethernets, but this whole
Dark parts of the web.
yeah, this whole hating on Asians.
Oh, dude, I finally just heard about it. I spent some time diving into that yesterday.
Okay,
And it's just fucking no joke, dude. That's ridiculous.
It's not only ridiculous, but I mean, you want to talk. People talk about humane things all the time, and they talk about humane things with animals and stuff like that. What people are doing to people in the Asian community is fucking humane.
Agreed.
Okay? It's not even like on a scale of, hey, dude, that's not cool. It is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
And so yesterday, my son's attending school in San Francisco.
Yep.
And
Doing well,
he is doing well, and in fact, he's actually changed his major to music
which is awesome.
and broadcasting. So he and I took him a bunch of equipment the other day, and that's what we did. It was
There
it
we
was
go.
a lot of fun. But so the missus and I pull up into San Francisco and park in the parking garage and walk across the street. Now, as we're walking across the street, this gentleman, a homeless guy, or at least looked homeless.
We called him Urban Outdoorsman. Thank you.
Okay, I apologize. Urban outdoorsman was
Yes.
walking down the street with several bags in his hand,
Supplies.
and this young lady was at the ATM. Okay, and she was facing the ATM,
Ooh.
and she was using the ATM, but she had a mask on.
Ooh, oh, that's good.
Okay, so all you could see were her eyes. And
Just pink eye.
And clearly, bro, clearly, not like my doctor, and you confuse my doctor. He's like, he's not Asian, with a doctor named Nessa Ramirez. Okay,
Well, I would think
and he
he's
is
not
Asian.
Asian. I would think he's
he
not
is
Asian with that
Asian.
name.
Okay,
I
but
would
this
say
young
he's not.
lady's eyes were clearly not Asian.
Right.
Okay, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, right? We live in a mask world right now.
Right. You can
So-
tell the difference. She is clearly round eye.
Clearly, okay. This guy,
She clearly round eye.
he walks across the street and starts screaming at the top of his lungs, "You fucking Asian, you fucking Asian," and starts spitting on her. Okay? And yes, and I about bolted across the
No
street
shit.
as her boyfriend, I believe, was sitting in the car.
Got out. I
And
would hope. And
he hopped out. And,
Attaboy.
and this dude took some steps down the street, and he was not to be seen from again.
I wouldn't imagine
But
so.
I was the pit, that pit of the stomach feeling
Yep.
that you get when things are not gonna go well.
Yeah.
That's what I had
Oh,
with this,
dude,
and I was ready
no.
to just lose my shit.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
And again, and I bring this up because then we proceed down to Japantown for outdoor sushi, and
Which I'm sure was outstanding.
tremendous.
I'm sure.
Melt in your mouth,
I'm
fucking
sure.
fish, dude. It was ridiculous.
Not only is it made authentically, but it's by a bay, which means
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
that shit's fresh.
Oh,
yo.
it's super fresh,
super
dude.
fresh. It's
Super
like,
fresh.
It's like, hey, we got this at the market today. This is what we're gonna have tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you having tomorrow? I don't know. I gotta
don't know.
see what they got at the market tomorrow.
What did they catch?
Right.
You know?
What do they bring into the market tomorrow off the boat?
Exactly.
Because that's what we'll have tomorrow night.
Oh, dude, it was phenomenal. They
I'm
had
sure.
they had a roll called the Sexy, and I got
Ooh.
2 of those.
Oh yeah, what's in that?
Oh,
that sounds delicious.
it was-
I mean, it's, you
it
know
was
how
sexy, bro.
They sell me on the name already.
Yeah,
but
it was like I don't know, it was tuna and it was seared ahi tuna and crab meat with cucumber and a wrap that was deep fried
damn,
with spicy sauce.
that is sexy, but I can't have it too sexy because I'm surprised you went with the spicy sauce.
Oh, dude, I've been killing the spicy sauce because of my stomach issues, and I know everything that's going on. I've just been doing it because
You think it's helping?
I don't know. It's because I've never been able to before. So I'm consuming this stuff.
And now it's okay?
The spicy stuff doesn't hurt. It used to hurt a long time ago, like years ago. It gave me the acid reflux. I don't get
Right.
that from the spicy now.
I get that.
I get it from the citric. I get it from the acid.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it from the spicy, but I mostly just get it in the mouth and in the head.
Oh.
Like, I can't.
I can handle that.
I can't.
I
dude.
can handle that.
Because, like, it's so funny. And actually, my son told me the other day, because we were eating salsa verde Doritos. And he's like, you got to eat them faster because then it gets hotter for you.
Yep.
And I'm like, but I don't really want it to because he's all into that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I like these because these are just enough for me that like I enjoy them, and it's just enough spice for me. And they're like super mild, right?
Yeah.
But I was hungry, so I did end up just like mowing a bunch, and I didn't have anything to drink. And then all of a sudden, Dude, it hit me, and it always does.
Yep.
I start. When I reach my point is I start getting the hiccups. I start getting the hiccups, and my head
You
starts
start
sweating,
sweating.
and I just start hiccuping. I'm like, fuck. And he's like, I love it. That's why I told you to do that. That's hilarious when that happens. And
That
I'm
is
like,
good, dude.
That's how I know. We got wings the other day from Domino's, and they were.
Did you get
know,
the mango habanero?
Fuck no. We got the buffalo style original hot wings because those are delicious.
Is that
I can
just the spice you can handle?
That's the spice I can handle.
Okay.
It's just basically the buffalo by itself. Like I can even do it without dipping in blue cheese or ranch or anything.
very
Like
nice.
I can handle that because right there it tends to only burn around the lips where the sauce has been sitting for too long. You know what I mean?
In the asshole.
And a little bit. No, it doesn't even bother me there. But again, sometimes there's some places that their mild is not.
No. They're mild as
what
atomic.
they would not qualify
Correct.
as mild, but again, in whatever I couldn't imagine what they would put as atomic if that's mild. You know what I mean?
See, I do the mango habanero. I love that. That's like got great spice to it. It's not like
I've never tried it.
It's not overwhelming in any way.
Yeah, I've never tried it, so I don't know.
But there are levels of Jamaican jerk phrasing that I won't touch.
Right.
Okay, because that is a spice that lingers for not just a couple of minutes, but for hours.
Right.
All right, and that's the heat that I don't like. I don't like the heat that sticks around like
God,
2
no.
hours after I finish
Oh,
eating.
God, no.
You know what I mean?
No.
And that's what that stuff has. And I can't do. The Jamaican jerk stuff is a little bit too spicy for me.
So, God, we went to this place.
But I'll try it, dude. I'll try it. That's the thing is that I'll try it because I can enjoy some burn.
Dude, I can't.
I can
at
enjoy
all.
some burn.
I can't enjoy it at all. And I went with an ex-girlfriend. She really likes spice, and we went to. I want to say it was Indian food, and I want to say we got curry. You know, which is generally apparently spicy.
Well, curry is spicy, but I mean, there's levels of curry.
Okay, so again,
You
we
know.
go to this place.
If you get fucking hot curry, dude, like, oh yeah,
So she was into the
yellow
hot curry, right?
yellow curry, red curry, black curry.
I don't know. I think it was yellow. I was familiar with the yellow because I know the smell and that sort of thing. I don't remember which one this was. All I know is that she told them when we went.
Set that over.
No,
I got one of those.
Oh, we that she's like, I want the extra hot, but for him, do
No
as
hot.
mild as possible.
Yeah.
And they're like, word, and I'm like, seriously, like,
No, and you know the moment they
the
heard
mild,
that,
right?
they went, okay, yeah, sure, we got you covered.
Right, whatever. So they come out, they do her thing.
Sprinkling some cayenne on that bitch.
Right, so she tries it for me and is like, oh, no,
Pussy.
you can totally handle
You
that.
pussies, you made her
like-
try it for you.
Well, no, she even volunteered because she
Oh.
knows, like, and especially
But you took her up on it?
especially because of the fact that at that point in time I
trying to
hadn't
call you
had
a
my
pussy.
surgery. I got you, but I was throwing up on the regular before I had my surgery, right? So this was like, anything that would trigger it was
You don't
not
go
going to
to
be a good
fucking
time.
Indian food if you're regularly vomiting.
Dude, that's what I was trying to say, but she was persistent, we'll say. So,
That's so not. No.
let me play. Do you know who it was? It was your relative neighbor-ish.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So
Oh, Lord.
you understand the the situation. So
Yeah.
I went. So we
So
go
if
to
you
Indian
can't
food.
get it here, you just go over there and get it.
So we go. Exactly. So that's well said.
Thank
That's
you.
too funny.
Thank
That
you
is
very
well
much.
said.
I like me.
But oh, dude, she's like, oh no, I can't even taste it. And I'm like, word. And of course, I should have known she hated me anyway. But I fucking took a bite of this thing, and I was like,
Into this.
and I went, oh my no fucking way. And all of a sudden, I was just like, whatever I can eat that is not
Bread.
that, because I tried to eat bread.
Yeah.
I tried to get some milk, which of course they don't have, because why would you want to give them the thing that they can solve the problem with,
Cows,
And, dude,
bro. Cows.
Oh, dude, and at that point,
You know what their stance on cows are, right?
well, I get it, but 5
So they don't
minutes.
keep
I would
milk
deal with some
later.
almond milk, dude. Whatever, I'd deal with it. You know,
Give me the goat milk.
Give me a fucking cup of the coffee creamers. I don't give a shit. You know, I'll pour the ball in individually. That's
I need
fine
the
with
goat milk
me.
ASAP.
Oh, dude, and it was bad.
My asshole is burning. My face is burning.
No, seriously, dude. It was like
Everything in between.
it was
Burn.
like instant hiccups, instant like way bigger than just my normal. Hi, you ate something hot, sweats. It was like I was fucking profusely sweating. And
Were you
just
getting
like,
gag reflex?
oh, dude, it was bad, and I had to go in the bathroom and fucking I threw up for like 20 minutes, and then it was just like everything was just fucked, and then I went and I just sat at the table, and I was just like, she's like, that bad, huh? And I'm like, get me the fuck out of this place.
No shit. Did
no,
she say no? She wanted to stay and finish her food?
By then, she was okay with packing up and leaving, but she had enjoyed her.
I'm
she
really
had
shocked.
She had enjoyed her meal.
I'm
put it
really
to you that way.
shocked.
I know. She enjoyed her meal, though, so that's good.
Such a depressing ending to that
So,
story.
Yeah, she had it. Well, she enjoyed it, and that's all that matters, you know.
Well,
And
that's
I
all
was
that ever
miserable-
mattered.
And that's all. And I was miserable, so that mattered just as much.
That's all
if
that's
not
ever
more.
mattered.
So
God, that's great.
that was fun.
Oh.
So yeah, dude, and like I won't even do fire sauce at Taco Bell, and I know that's nothing.
See,
Right,
I was a mild sauce guy forever at Taco Bell
I don't even do that.
because I couldn't handle for the longest time. I couldn't handle the acid reflux,
Right.
right? And then I don't know, it was 5 or 6 years ago where I hadn't had spicy food for so long, right?
You just turn the corner.
That I tried something, you know,
Right.
and because my favorite thing that I was missing more than anything was green sauce. I love green sauce.
See, green sauce I seem to be able to handle. It doesn't seem to be that spicy.
Well, and it's not that
because
spicy,
isn't
but
it like cilantro based?
pretty much, yeah.
And
but it was,
that's my favorite thing ever. Is
exactly,
cilantro.
and so I had been missing out on that, right?
That reminds me.
So I got some habanero green sauce. Okay.
Okay, risky guy.
No, I didn't realize it when I grabbed it off the shelf at Safeway because when you go down the what they call the
Hispanic foods
the
aisle.
Hispanic foods aisle,
Yes.
you know, which is on the same aisle as the
Asian
foods
foods aisle. Yes, they're right
Come
next
on,
to each
dude.
other.
Can't they fucking hook them up with their own independent aisles if they're gonna do that?
Hispano-Asian.
You know, I
don't.
I don't.
They can't. They don't
It's-
have enough product of either one.
Then get some more product.
Word.
Start stocking pinatas. I don't give a
Word.
shit.
I
like,
totally
hook it
got
up.
you. I totally
You know what I'm
got you.
saying?
But
Anyway, I just think it's unfair.
yep.
Anyway,
That
so
reminds me though.
I just grabbed the bottle though. I didn't even, oh, green sauce. Boom, I grabbed it. Right?
Yep. Didn't read the labels.
No, I brought it home. I fucking chip, big ol'
I'm getting in after this.
getting in
huh?
on this, and went, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's staying down and just staying right where it's supposed to be. All right, well, here's the next chip, and I fucking demolished that thing.
Wow. Okay.
And realized I had stayed away from it long enough that maybe I had enough repair,
right.
self-healing, so to speak,
Yes.
that, I was able to handle it again,
Right.
And I haven't gone overboard, but
Right.
I'm not afraid to try anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Put it in front of me. Fire sauce, I do now get fire sauce. I don't get mild, I don't get hot, I get fire because it's the right amount of spice for me.
Right.
Especially because I don't put it on anything but a regular taco.
See, I don't even get sauce. Like I don't even need it.
You're like, no
whatever
sauce.
it comes with. Dude, the cheesy bean and rice burrito though,
Yeah.
that's got some kick in that Spanish rice.
Oh yeah.
And dude, sometimes that's too much for me.
Oh wow, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I didn't
that will
realize it was that
start
bad.
the sweats and the hiccups sometimes.
Oh no shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have like
Oh wow.
I think it was Mythbusters. There was some shark show on Shark Week that they were trying to figure out if sharks had the capsaicin receptor.
What is that
that's
for the
the-
people who don't know? Like
That
me?
is the spicy food ability. So
Oh.
so they were trying to figure out like, can we use like hot peppers to
I think
like
I saw
keep
that on
away-
Mythbusters.
That's what
Yeah.
it was, and to keep away sharks, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, it doesn't fucking phase them at all. Like you can give them the hottest shit. They gave them like the
I
legendary ghost pepper
Yes,
shit,
the
and they were
ghost
just like, yeah,
peppers.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the exact opposite of a shark. I got every fucking receptor known to man. That's like
And they're all great big vaginas.
you got black pepper on there.
You see this-
Slow down there, son.
see
Slow
this?
down with the crushed black
You
pepper
see this
on that salad. you know?
receptor here? This is a vagina.
Like, okay, if you go to a fancy restaurant, the guy comes over and he's like, fresh cracked pepper, and you're like, sure.
Yeah.
He's all, I'm all, that's good. And he's all, word, okay. And then he goes to a normal person and he does like 4 or 5 turns, no problem. And then he goes to a person like my ex. She would just like sit there and be like, how much pepper you got, buddy? You know, and it'd be like, I'm not your buddy, I'm your guy.
I'm your
And,
guy. I'm
and
not
she's
your
like,
guy,
I'm
man.
not
I'm
your
your-
guy, friend.
I'm not
and
your
she's
guy,
like, I'm not
friend.
your friend, buddy. And then it was just like that. And
Bye,
the whole
buddy.
time they were just sitting there cranking on the thing. And it was
Bye,
like,
friend.
yeah, bring it on. And I'm like, oh. No, that's cool. You can have mine if you want. If that's not enough, you can have the 2 squirts of mine.
Are you afraid of cracked pepper?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not afraid of it, but I just know my limits.
You can't do cracked pepper?
I keep it to the minimum.
You bullshit me.
I
You can't
like
do
it.
cracked pepper?
I like it because I can taste the flavor of the pepper without it actually being a pepper. Like, I love bell peppers because those are so super mild, but I don't fuck with the seeds on those fuckers even.
I know, and God, this is so funny. 2 things. 1, cracked pepper, okay, it goes on a salad,
That's what I'm talking about.
okay? Like,
Keep that shit like just
a
a
lot.
couple of little good.
no.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. I don't do that shit.
Yeah, get it in there. Mix it in there.
No,
Get some.
thanks, man.
Oh, come
Just
on.
a 3 twist. That's good.
Oh,
Whatever.
man, that's pussy.
I
And
gotta
then
be me, man. But hit that Parmesan, baby.
you just eat Parmesan out of the fucking
Oh God, no, that
canister.
tastes like feet.
No shit. That's why I don't use it on the
But in a nice Caesar salad with you got the cracked pepper and throw on some extra Parmesan on. That's
I
all
like
good,
I
baby.
like fresh shredded Parmesan.
That's what I'm talking about.
You
I'm
know?
talking fancy restaurant. I'm talking like
No, I'm looking
you ain't going
at
to
you.
Applebee's and
I'm
being like,
looking in
hook
your
me up.
pantry, and you got one of those green bottle shakers of Parmesan.
No,
You
I
know
don't.
what I
As a
mean?
matter of fact, I
No, you
do
don't?
not have one of those because I do not believe in those.
Okay,
I do get the.
because that's how I was raised.
I am kind of me too, and that's why I don't believe in those. Now I get the tub. If I'm super lazy, I just get the tubs. But like when I make risotto or something, like I get the.
Did you just say when you make risotto?
I make a very good risotto. As a
When
matter of fact,
do you make risotto?
It's been a few years, but I make.
Oh,
risotto.
okay. So I'm just curious.
Well, because again.
Have you made it in the place that you're currently living?
No, I
How
made
long
it
have you
in
been
the
in
last
the-
place I was at though.
How long have you been in that place? 3-something years.
Almost 3 years. Almost 3 years.
So,
It's, like I said,
so
but
relatively
but-
regularly you make risotto.
not relatively regularly. I once I learned how to do it, then I got pretty good at it.
So how often do you buy the fresh
Again.
Parmesan for your risotto?
Okay, well we got to go into this then, okay? Because that begets this story.
Do you have a great grandmother's fridge somewhere where you just
Where I
put
store up my risotto.
yeah, you just go get food, you store it in there for when you want to make your risotto, and you have a couple other dishes that you've told me that you've made that I've
I
never seen.
Do because again, if we go back and reflect, I have not had a girlfriend in a very long time.
Do you not like to eat risotto?
I do, but
Okay,
if I'm
so
gonna
make it for
for
yourself.
oh, dude, it's too much work to make it for myself. I'm not gonna.
You have kids, don't you
Well,
love them?
Yeah, they
Feed
just,
them risotto.
dude. Again, look, there's 2 parts about this.
What's some of the other dishes you like to make?
Like I make a great. I hate you. I make a great chicken romano, but
See?
it's based in a chicken romano. But usually I throw in some
A
Asiago.
Raven Romano chicken?
I don't do the Ray Romano chicken because I don't like that guy.
Okay, so
He
please.
said everybody loves him and I don't. Yeah, that's right, Hacky McLungerson. So
So please. Please break down your Ray Romano chicken.
all right, my chicken romano. Okay, this is what I do.
All
And,
right.
all right, this is a secret though. This is you got to understand. I'll get you the secret part.
When you get to the secret part, I'll do this. Okay? So then you can't be
No,
hurt.
I don't want you to do that. I'm going to just tell everybody when the secret part is, and then everybody's going to love me for spreading this
Oh,
secret.
so then it won't be a secret.
Right, but I don't mind because I've told other people too. But
So
this
it's not
is
a secret then.
well, it's
You've lied to our audience a couple of times tonight on the show, and I'm very
talking about?
disappointed.
when have I lied to them?
You lied about the Coke. Okay?
No, I lied to you about the Coke.
Well,
but I
you
just
told the
misspoke.
audience.
I misspoke.
All right,
I
so
didn't know.
1.5 times you've lied on the show tonight.
That doesn't count. And I didn't lie about this because this is going to be fantastic.
Okay, fine.
Okay, you
but
ready?
it's not a secret.
Okay, all right, fine. It's not a secret.
All right.
I misspoke again. Fuck.
You stop using that, dude.
I misremembered. I'm
It's-
Roger Clemens.
Oh my lord,
So,
dude! This is
okay,
steroid
so
trial
here's
of
how it goes.
2000.
Oh, that hit close to home. All right, so here's the deal. So all right, so you get your now non-steroidal organic chicken
I
breast.
was gonna say you start with chicken, right?
Start with chicken, right? So get yourself some boneless, skinless breast is what you need. Slice that shit thin, right? So don't go through the fucking process of going to the store and getting the one that's already pre-thin sliced because it doesn't save you anything. They rip you off on all that. So just get the full-size breast and then cut that shit in half. And sometimes you can cut that shit into thirds.
Newsworthy, okay, people? He just dropped some knowledge on
See,
your
that's
asses.
a little something right there because you're
Okay.
going to look at it. Don't be confused because it looks like you're getting a lot, but you're really not
Let
because
me
it's all
ask you,
cut in half.
do you think an 18-year-old could make this dish with your
Easily,
instructions?
dude. Easily.
Okay, listen up, folks. This could actually get you laid.
Absolutely, and it
Okay.
might even start off a beautiful relationship
Mm-hmm.
because here's how you do this. Okay, so here's your ingredients list, and then I'll tell you how you put it all together. You ready? So you need
Emerald.
some chicken.
Chicken.
That boneless, skinless breast. You thin slice that shit, not too thin, but not too thick. You know, you understand what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about. Okay, so we get that. I'm not on doing any spice. Well, that's what's going to trip you out about this. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so then. So you get that, and then you got to get your breadcrumbs. I prefer the progressive or Progresso Italian breadcrumbs with the garlic and herb and all that stuff, right?
No panko?
Oh, dude, panko's where it's at.
Okay.
So actually, I was just gonna make.
Did
it
I
easy.
just upgrade
You
this
did.
whole dish?
You did, but
without
here's-
even trying, guys.
Well, you did because.
See how good I am?
But here's the curveball you just threw me. Was the 18-year-old.
Bam.
Okay, so the
Okay.
18-year-old.
They like panko.
Should you? Well, I don't know if they would know where to find panko, and that's the problem. It's the same area, but it's easier to find the Progresso fucking breadcrumbs, which are just as good. But the panko is way more fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to season it yourself, and
Yes,
that's
you do.
why. And that's why I made
So
that
you get
easy
the
transition.
Italian breadcrumb, you have the seasoning in it already.
Right, but
you're
if
bada
you
bing,
get
bada boom.
if you get the panko, you get your onion powder, you get
Mm-hmm.
your garlic powder, you get obviously a little salt, a little pepper, you know.
That's it, man.
You know, and then if at that point, if you're into the spicy meatball, you know, you do the you would throw in your cayenne or your chili peppers or whatever.
That's
in
gonna
that point.
remind me of
I
you
know.
having the hot
That's what I'm
flashes
saying.
for life.
That's what I'm saying. So you mix all that up in your breadcrumbs or your panko mix.
Yeah.
Right? If you have to season it yourself. If you bought the pre-seasoned shit, then don't worry about it. Just set out that in a bowl.
Okay.
Now you're gonna grab yourself in the deli section of your grocery store. You're gonna get those tubs. You're gonna get
They have tubs of everything over there.
right. So the tubs of cheeses that you are going to
Ooh,
pick up.
tubs of cheese.
So you're going to want to get shredded. Not the powdery version, but the sliced
version.
It's not even the slices. It's the one in between. It's like thin little sticks. You know, and that's the one you're looking for. Grated. No, grated is the powdery one.
powdery one.
All right, so you want your shredded. Okay, so you want to grab some Asiago cheese.
Asiago.
You want to grab some Romano cheese.
Romano
You want to grab
cheese.
some Parmesan cheese.
Everybody loves Romano
Yeah,
cheese.
you want to grab some Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan?
And then, if you have it available to yourself, you want to find yourself some Mizithra cheese.
Mizithra?
Now, Mizithra cheese
That's from the old school.
is generally in the grated form, which is totally good.
All right.
Because now, what you're going to do,
Because you know if it's in the grated form, all you have to do is like ball it up in your hand and just provide some heat, and you can make a ball out of it.
you could, but in this
And
case,
then you
we
can
don't want
regrade
to.
it.
But in this case, I don't want
just
to.
saying you
In this
could.
case, I don't want to. Okay, because
saying you
the Mizithra becomes your base, dude. So you take that whole tub
Okay.
of Mizithra.
Take your tub.
Of that Mizithra. You throw that. Well, again, hang on, real quick. Before
Oh, see, look,
I just
he's
got
lying to you again.
Not at all. I want to
He
just.
misspoke.
I want to specify the size of your meal.
He misremembered.
Okay, so obviously, if you're cooking for a lot of people,
we are
I'm
cooking
thinking
for two people.
Okay, so one package of chicken.
We're trying to get laid.
Okay,
You remember what we started with?
I do. Okay, so one package of chicken is usually 4 breasts. You cut that into half, so you got like 8, right? Okay,
That's
so
too many.
You're gonna throw in. Trust me, dude, because there's a reason for this.
Okay.
Just fucking trust me on
I'm
this.
trying.
God damn it.
God
okay.
damn it.
So here's the deal. So you get yourself a nice glass bowl, or you can use a metal bowl, whatever. But you need a big bowl of You throw in about
Just don't use the toilet bowl.
right. Don't use that. And it's got to be clean. It's a kitchen bowl, mixing bowl. So but it's got to be pretty good size. Okay, you can't use the little one. You got to use kind of a bigger size one.
Like
so
the
that
size
you're-
of a toilet bowl.
So you're not quite that big because you want to be able to put your
you
chicken
want a
breasts
bowl
in it.
that's not the toilet, but the same size.
Right, just like the large mixing bowl. Okay, in that you want to throw in your container of fucking breadcrumbs,
Let's see how
bang,
far I can do this.
or that amount of the panko mix that you have made. Okay?
Yeah.
Bang, whole
Yeah,
thing.
2 pounds.
Okay, now grab yourself the Mizithra.
The Mazithra.
Bang,
Bang.
throw that shit in there.
In a
Okay?
ball form?
Mix no powdered form,
Oh, okay.
that grated form, if you
All
will.
right, all right.
Mix that up real quick with a fork. Just mix it in there real
Mix it
quick.
up.
Okay, now grab your Asiago, your Parmesan, and your Romano. Romano's got to go in, bang, because it's chicken Romano. So Romano's got to go in, all of it.
All of it.
Okay, now we go with
How much did you buy?
it's 4 tubs.
4
So
tubs for 2 people.
just fucking trust me on this.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
hearing, listen, I'm hearing
So
you're going to
then-
get your date at coronary.
So then,
Are you,
hold on,
are you
just-
setting this whole thing up so
Oh,
you
my
can
dear Lord.
you can do medic stuff on them after the dinner?
Oh my dear Lord. Okay. So then,
Dude, this is what
don't
you get.
actually here. Let me
Okay.
pull back.
Yeah.
Let me pull back a little
Pull
bit.
out.
Let me pull back a little bit. Go about half with your Romano.
Okay. See that's okay. You see what I'm
You
saying?
know what? I'm with you. Okay, half of everything.
Half everything he said.
Half of everything.
He misremembered one more time.
Yeah, let's just call it half of everything. Okay, all of that goes in the bread bowl or in the breadcrumb mix, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you mix all that shit up.
So now you
okay?
don't need as big of a bowl.
No, you need a bigger bowl because you got 4 different kinds of cheeses.
A toilet
right?
bowl.
Okay, so then
Mm.
don't forget we've got to have side dishes.
Oh.
Okay. And
You
we-
didn't say nothing about a side. I just
well,
said chicken
I'm telling
Romano.
you, my chicken Romano is a full meal, if you will.
Okay.
Because it has side dishes. Okay. Now, those side dishes, the one I like to do is a baked zucchini. Okay. So I will cut up a zucchini and I will cut them into halves or thirds as the size of the zucchini happens to be. I will flop them over onto a pan with foil on it because I don't like to do dishes, so I do the foil so that you can crumple that shit up and then your pan is clean underneath if you've
Kind
done
of.
it right. If you've done it right, and if you haven't, then you got to do just a little bit of cleanup versus having to do the whole thing.
So,
and
folks,
whatever.
just know if you ever go over to Toy's house, clean his pants before he cooks for you.
You don't have to because I fucking clean the shit out of everything. So, anyway, so now you need a separate bowl.
Don't point at me like that.
Doesn't have to be as big as the last one. Excuse me. Doesn't have to be
I'm
as
kind of
big.
getting tired of getting chastised by your finger.
Well, you keep interrupting me, and we all know that once the hamster gets off track, the shit gets haywire.
This went sideways at fucking 6:32.
I know, but I'm trying to get us back to it.
No,
You put me
you're
on a
not.
mission.
I
Okay,
want to
so I
hear
got
about
the-
chicken Romano.
Okay, well you're getting there. So you got the zucchinis, right? You cut those up, you put those on a pan.
Yeah.
Okay, you drizzle a little olive oil. You take your 4 cheeses that are left over, you put that in a little bowl, you mix that cheese up, you sprinkle that shit all over the top of that zucchini. Okay? Put that in the oven in a little while, okay? Because you got to get this ready.
because of the phallic nature of the zucchini.
Not at all. I do it strictly because of the flavor and the ability to deliver cheese on it in a relatively healthy way. Okay.
Still working towards that coronary.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So now, hang on. It gets
Dinner
even
and life-saving resuscitation.
That's why. Why do you think I learned how to be a paramedic?
That's why I provide you dinner,
But
ladies.
That's right. So then, okay. So now I'm going to take the. So I got to get my sauce ready as well.
Yeah, don't
okay?
misremember.
Okay, I'm not. So my sauce, I take the fire roasted tomatoes.
Ooh, those are
okay?
good.
Right.
Are you sure those don't give you the hiccups?
couple can of those, right? Couple cans of those. Then from there we go with a little red vino.
You get the hiccups over the rice.
A little red vino. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
A little red vino.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember the
Are
rule.
you using that as a reduction?
I'm going to, but also remember that you do not cook with wine that you would not drink.
Yeah, of course.
So, ergo, this is the part where you pour your little lady friend a glass of vino that no longer gets empty. It stays going. You have yourself a little cup of vino as well. You chat while you're cooking.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the part where the beautiful relationship begins, because now you are able to dialogue, converse. There is no ability to get gropey or anything like that if this meal is ever going to happen. So it's
Because your
strictly,
hands are busy.
right, so it is strictly getting to know the person. There's no physical part of it. This is getting to know the person, and you get to know them.
Okay.
And they get to also get to know you because they get to see your habits in the kitchen.
Okay, cool.
Which is very important to me.
Perfect. Time out. I'm just going to ask a question right there at that spot.
Certainly.
Your hands are busy. You can't be gropey or touchy McFeely.
Correct.
Is it okay if she is?
To a degree, it can't be too distracting.
Okay, so there does have to be focus on the meal because the
Absolutely.
meal is
First and
it's
foremost
a
in this
tedious
case.
meal.
It's not tedious.
Okay.
It's intricate, and the rule of cooking that somebody told me a long time ago is very simple.
Yeah.
Never leave your food.
No shit, Sherlock.
So, well, no, I mean, like somebody's like, oh, I got to do my tri-tip, and I'm going to throw it on the grill, and I'm going to go in and have a cigarette, and, and grab a soda, and then I'll walk back outside. That's when the fire starts, as soon as you turn your back on your food.
You're supposed to take your cigarette and your smokes and your
and everything
drink
with you. So you're just there.
Haven't you seen me ever grill?
I know. So that's what I'm saying. So we don't.
Yeah.
So you know the rule,
Okay.
but you don't leave your food.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
to a degree, she
I didn't
can
want
do
to
her-
time out too much, but
No,
I just
got
wanted
you.
to make sure.
So to answer the question,
Yeah.
to a degree, yes, she can do her thing, but
Okay.
but really, again, please respect me. I'm trying to provide for you, and it builds the tension. So a little bit.
she could blow you though, right?
No, because then I'm not going to focus on my fucking reduction, right? I'm going to burn some shit. Okay?
That means the blowjob is
And-
going to get extended out though.
later.
No, but right there.
No,
if you can't
no.
focus
Okay,
your
we-
attention on
because at some point there is going to be hot oil involved.
Oh, okay.
And we don't
okay,
want
okay.
and spattering. And
I'm
we
glad you
don't-
stopped me. I
Right,
didn't
and
realize.
so I'm looking out for
Okay.
safety.
Okay.
First
All right.
and foremost.
All right.
Okay. So now, the other thing I like to do with this,
Fire suit.
I also that's a good idea. That's kind of hot. So
I don't have
that's okay. You didn't know it was coming. Neither did she.
That one was too soon.
All right.
Try it one more time.
Too soon. That's what she said. Better. Okay. So here's what we got to
This
do.
whole thing sucks.
So, well, if
No,
we,
not
we
your
piece
part.
this all
no,
together-
No, not your
we
part.
piece
My
this all
part.
together, it'll be good.
My part.
Okay.
Okay.
It'll be all better. when we piece this
No.
all
My
together.
part, not your part.
Gotcha. So the okay.
No.
So some other things that
Me.
that I feel accompany this very well also
Is
is
the phallic
our
zucchini?
roast the phallic zucchini and the roasted red potatoes.
Oh, see now you can just make me roasted red potatoes, dude,
Word.
and I'm
Okay, so here's
Okay.
how I do that.
And I will blow you.
Obviously, I like quarter them or eighth them, however
Mm-hmm.
size they are. I put them all in a giant gallon-sized Ziploc bag. I throw a thing of Lipton onion soup mix. I throw some olive oil, and I throw some cut up fresh
garlic. Yes.
all up in that bitch. Shake it all up.
Shake
make it
it.
all covered.
Don't break it.
Throw it in the oven.
It
you
takes
know,
your mama
350,
45 minutes to make
for a
it.
while. Mix those up as things go so that they don't get burned and
Dude,
all
the
that
roasted
stuff.
red bucket potatoes,
Huge.
and it's the Lipton onion soup mix.
It really
dude.
is.
Don't even fuck around with some of the off-brand
Nope.
ones,
It's got to be Lipton.
dude. I'm telling you.
It
No, I'm
really-
with you.
it
I'm
does
with you
have
on
to be
that.
Lipton.
Yeah.
It's worth the extra 29 cents.
Oh
for it.
yeah, absolutely.
So so from there, okay, now we're ready to do. I got to finish
Yeah,
the sauce
doggy
because I got the
No,
red wine out,
we're not
right?
there
I
yet.
got the red wine out, but I also got to get out the balsamic vinegar. So the balsamic vinegar goes in with the sauce with the
Don't drink
red
that.
wine. Don't drink that. Red wine and the fire roasted tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then I'll do it every time. Red chili pepper flakes.
No way, dude.
Just-
no,
but-
not you.
But
bro.
for me,
that's you.
But for me, yeah, just a pinch. Okay. Other people like it, lots of them.
Uh-huh.
That part to taste.
So do you
Okay.
put the red pepper flakes on the table then for serving?
I can.
You should.
I can.
You should.
Certainly.
Yeah, I think you should.
My grandmother taught me I can't put the bottle on though, so I got to put that on a
No,
little
you have to
fucking
put it
thing.
on a little dish, and the whole. Yeah.
Sir, but I can totally do that.
You should. No, I think you should.
So, but I throw some of those in there. Okay, so that's just simmers and kind of reduces down because the tomatoes got lots of juice in them. You know, the wine's got obviously is liquid. The balsamic vinegar. So all that stuff's got to reduce. So that just sits over on the corner burner, just kind of simmering.
Okay.
Okay. Now at this point, now your chicken's ready to go. So you've thin sliced it. You got yourself your breadcrumbs, right? Here's the deal. Grab yourself about, again, if you're doing 8 slices of the chicken on the 4-pack, okay, doing 8 to 10 slices of the chicken, you're going to go ahead and get yourself about 4 eggs. You're going to crack those fuckers in a bowl, and if you're any good, you can do it with one hand.
Ooh, can
Throw
you?
that very well.
Okay.
Look
at him spitting.
I can do it with both hands at the same time, no
Ladies,
less.
I need some lady to try him.
Seriously, please. I want to show you guys how to do this, and I'll even have somebody film it. And
Hey, ladies, never mind. I don't want anybody to try them. See, I think we have to go the reverse. I think I have to start doing the reverse. Okay? I keep saying, hey, ladies, I want you to try them. It doesn't work. I think I need to start doing the reverse. Like, hey, ladies, don't fucking talk to him anymore.
yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Don't let me focus.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, leave Chris alone.
Seriously.
He's taken.
I'm tired of all
No,
the
he's not
attention.
taken. He's just tired of the attention.
all the attention. It's
Yeah.
just too much to
It's
bear.
too much.
for
Leave him alone.
One handsome man.
Leave him alone. He's trying to make chicken Romano right now.
I am, seriously.
Okay.
So can I get a sploosh at least? Anything?
Sploosh!
Okay. So anyway, so we go ahead and so we're gonna start reducing. Okay, so now we got our bread. So 4 eggs, crack that shit. Bap, 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 bap. Bang, in there. Throw yourself some milk. I'd say cup and a half.
Ooh, that's
Milk.
a lot of milk.
You want a nice liquid thing going on.
Okay, all right.
Stir that shit up. Bap, 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 bap,
Can you
bap.
whisk it?
Yeah, but please whisk it.
All right.
That's the best you
right.
can do. But if you don't have a whisk, use a fork. So
All right.
bap, 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 bap.
Fork that shit.
Okay, now we're gonna take our chicken.
Chicken. Pick it up.
Chicken on a plate. It's the easiest. Chicken on a plate. You want 2 plates for this at least,
Chicken on a plate.
or 2 places to put chicken.
You
okay.
need your chicken
Foil
on a
works
plate.
great too if you've got the space on the counter.
All right.
Okay, so you take your raw chicken. You go bow with your fork. Now, here's again, I mentioned raw chicken. Now, there's a rule also. All things in cooking that start with P are poisonous.
Poisonous.
Poultry is
Poultry.
poisonous.
Poisonous.
Yeah. Fish is poisonous.
Fish.
French for poisson.
Poisson.
So, okay, you with me on this shit? Okay,
Yeah.
so piranha. Don't eat that shit either.
Pork.
Pork. Poisonous.
Poisonous.
Right. So, take your queen.
Beef.
Keep it not
poisonous.
So take your queen fork, you stab that shit, which is okay to do with chicken and not okay to do with beef.
Yeah.
So you stab that shit, you bring it into your egg and milk wash.
Yeah.
Dunk that shit, get it
Dunk
all
it.
super covered. Now pick that shit up, go right over to your breadcrumbs, and cheese mixture.
Mm-hmm.
Drop that shit in, cover it, mix it up real good. You ready for the secret?
Yeah.
Pick that shit up, drop it back in the egg wash, yo.
Oh no.
Back in the egg wash.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did. And then I pick that shit up and I throw it back in the breadcrumb,
It
yo.
gets a double breadcrumb bath.
Double bath. Throw that shit on the piece of foil or whatever because you're getting ready because you need to be ready
I can't believe
to
you
go.
just double bath that.
Absolutely, dude, and it's outstanding. That's the trick. So then what you do,
I wonder if people in like high-end restaurants know this.
I don't know. I've never been in the kitchen of one, at least. So they.
That was the perfect answer. I don't know. I've never been.
So there you go. So then, essentially, you just repeat until you're ready to go. Okay, now you've got
For
your
6, 8, or 10 slices.
right. However many slices you got going on. Okay, get your pan hot
Hot pan.
by itself.
Don't touch.
Hot pan, nothing in it. Just
It's
get
hot.
that shit hot. Okay, hot, yo, hot.
To the
Okay.
point of burning?
No, just get it hot.
Okay, all right.
So turn it on high for like 2 minutes. If you've got gas, then you can go less, So
Okay.
get it hot,
Yeah.
right? And then turn that shit down to medium-ish. Throw in your Earl. Olive oil
All
is
of it.
really good. No, not all of the oil, just olive oil. So like Popeye's girlfriend, olive oil. So you pour some of that shit in there. You know it's hot because it goes and it gets all like this, and you kind of got to pour more in.
It gets like this. Tell them it gets
Oh,
like
yeah,
this.
it gets like this. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. It like shrivels up and you kind of move it around. So you pour enough in there. You
So
got
it
to throw
covers the
a
whole
fair
bottom?
quantity so it covers the whole bottom. Bang. Now we start throwing our chickens on there. Okay. just like I had to tell your hot grandma,
Yeah.
you can't crowd your pan, man.
No, you really shouldn't.
Especially when you do shit like scallops, and that was where the issue was. But we'll get into that some
Okay.
other time.
Yeah.
So no more than 6 scallops if you're ever doing scallops. No more than 6 scallops, no matter the size of your pan. No more than 6 in a pan, ever.
Period.
With scallops.
Done.
Okay. So
How about 7?
no, it's more than 6. The number of the counting shall be 6.
Okay.
7 is too much.
I think I understand.
5 is too less. So
I think I understand.
okay. So we go ahead and we see
4 is
we,
okay.
we cook that shit. Absolutely. So we go ahead and cook that shit till it's browned and goldened on both sides
And it reaches 165 degrees temperature.
until you know that it's cooked through.
Yeah.
I don't own a
No, I'm
food
just saying
thermometer,
that's
but
what
yeah,
that's what poultry is.
Yeah, there you go. So
165.
right. So we're gonna go ahead and cook that shit through, so we know it's good. Bang. You might have to refresh the Earl. Here's my other little trip on this on the oil. Okay.
5:30.
So what you have to do is we have to turn. We sometimes have to dump the first batch of oil. Take yourself a paper towel, wipe out your pan, get rid of the crusties because it will ultimately burn at some point, and you don't want your
You don't want
your
no
later.
crusts.
We don't want your later batches to have a burned flavor to them from
Okay.
the previous batches now overcooking
And because you've told us we have approximately 10 fillets,
right.
you're doing 5 and 5, so you're gonna have to wash.
Yeah, but you don't have to wash. Just give it a quick wipe,
Yeah,
and then
but-
throw because you don't need to put it under the sink and all that and start
As
the
we've-
process over again.
As we've already talked about on the show, we don't do quick wipes. Okay, we wipe as many
We're
times
not
as
getting
we need
into the whole
to.
bidet thing yet
We
because I
need-
got to finish my dinner and then we'll talk about
we
what
need-
happens after you eat it and then we'll get into the bidet thing.
We need multiple wipes, is what I'm saying. We do
Yes.
that on this show.
Multiple wipes to
multiple
cleanse your
wipes.
pan.
I don't care what it is. I'm
Nope.
just saying.
Yeah, multiple
Okay.
wipes, clean it up. Is what I'm just. That's.
There it
I'm
is.
just saying you don't
Multiple
have.
wipes.
I'm just saying you don't have to take a shower in between batches.
I
You
might.
just need to
I might.
make sure that the area is as clean as possible with as many wipes as you require.
Or I'm taking a picture
So-
and I'm shooting it to you, and you tell me.
If it's a pan, that's fine. So you, so then what you do? So you golden fry all this stuff up in the olive oil. Okay,
That's
now
all
you're
it
ready to
takes.
go.
Golden
You've
brown.
the whole time you've been stirring your simmer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
your sauce is coming together, your reduction's coming together. Adjust your heat as
Is
needed.
it a low boil?
Just a simmer is
Okay.
all good. Then you might need to bring it up, as
Okay.
need be.
Small bubbles?
Small bubbles are
Okay.
very good.
All right.
If you prefer your sauce thicker,
Yes.
you can add just take a spoonful of cornstarch or flour, put it in a cup
Uh-huh.
with some water, mix it up, dilute that shit, and then just spoon it in and heat it, and then let it cool. And as it cools, it will thicken. So then you can add your thickening to
slowly
to-
and get it to your consistency
the
that you'd like.
to your desired consistency.
Got
yes.
it.
But
I
I
like
prefer
that.
just to not
Okay.
because I like it just the way that it is. 'Cause-
Okay.
But whatever, because it'll reduce down to a nice, juicy, not liquidy kind of thing if you've spent the time with it. Okay.
By the way,
this
folks,
time,
we're talking chicken Romano here on the
Yeah.
Stones and Toy Show.
and by this time, your
Quick reset.
potatoes are done. So
yeah,
you
your
can-
red potatoes that
you
you've done.
pull that shit out of the oven. You crank
Yep.
your oven up to 420.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. My favorite number.
Throw those zooks in that you've had chilling with the olive oil
Oh.
and the burrito on there.
Your
8 minutes.
phallics.
8 minutes at 420.
8 minutes of 420.
Maybe 10 depending on the size
You
of the
go out
zucchini.
and smoke a bowl, right?
No, not at this point because now
You just set the thing to 420. Every time 420 show up, you got smoked the bowl.
here's the other rule in my
Just
kitchen.
telling you,
Here's
man.
the other rule in my kitchen.
You smoke bowl in the kitchen?
I smoke bowls in my kitchen
Okay,
while
then
I'm
never
cooking.
mind.
So that's been happening the whole time. Yeah, we'll say, hey, I'm turning the oven to 420. Let's hit it. I don't got to go anywhere. I just hand it to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's all happening. No cigarettes.
No,
You know, I will do dabs in there, but I won't.
Yeah.
But I won't. But I know that's a studio rule. But
we
that's
might,
just
we
because
might
of the,
end up doing dabs
yes,
in there.
but your rule really is not the smell. It's the coughing
It's the
thing
coughing
that happens,
thing,
and I
yeah.
can deal with that in the kitchen because I can cough away from the food,
Away from the food?
and be
Yeah.
totally okay.
Into your elbow.
Into my elbow, away
Yes.
from the food. Everything is still fine, mind you. Well, thank you for bringing that up because while I have now
You're welcome.
brought
for
my
bringing that up.
bringing the chicken from the raw state into the pan,
Yeah.
you must use 2 forks
You must fork it.
because tongs you cannot use on this because of the breading. Tongs will knock it off. So you
Yeah.
need the fork to stab it and flip it.
Now, could
Now,
you
you need a
corn cob it from both sides?
You could, but no need.
Flip it over?
Because the splattering of the oil, you'll burn yourself.
Yeah.
No need. You can do this with a fork, but just get a clean fork. Now on the cooked chicken,
Yeah.
clean fork for cooked chicken, messy fork for the raw chicken.
Yeah.
So that way you're not contaminating
Oh.
yourself. Right. Just a small extra step. Now, granted, you're probably going to cook it off anyway. It doesn't really matter, but I like to take that extra safety step.
And just,
So-
to throw it out there, ladies.
Because I took microbiology and I know what that shit does.
We both have this one thing about cooking is that we clean and cook at the same time. So
Absolutely. So, like I say, at
all
this
these dishes that you think you're hearing about, don't worry. They're
So
already
far,
handled.
They're already done. Well, I mean, because I haven't gotten. Okay, so that on that note as well. So now that I've taken my last piece, and this is why I like to use foil versus a piece of a plate or something like that. It gives me more surface area in which to put the chicken, but because I'm not limited to the circle. But this
Yeah.
is less dishes at this point.
Yeah.
So then what I do is I've taken all the chicken. Now that all the chicken has been breaded,
Yes.
I can now pour the egg mixture and that down the sink and
Yep.
clean that bowl up. And if I had one, I would use a dishwasher. If not, I just go ahead and put the soap on the sponge.
give me a dishwasher.
Clean all that shit up. Put that on the drying rack. Breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Go ahead and throw those away too. It feels like a waste, but trust me, you can't use them again because they've
Can't.
had raw chicken all in that
can't.
shit. So somebody that tells me that they've been in the food service industry for the last 35 years and is a food manager, don't tell me what I can keep and what I can't keep. Well, guess what? You shouldn't keep that
Shouldn't
shit.
keep
And trust me, I'm never touching that shit ever. Like, I'm just going to look at it.
I mean,
But-
I guess you could, heat up some oil and just throw it in the oil.
Sure, after
And-
all of those colonies have decided to become like
And then-
Godzilla.
but once it hits the oil, like,
Sure.
they're dead.
Yeah, and they're extra flavorful too. Yeah,
I bet.
Bacteria are really tasty.
I bet.
So anyway,
I
so
would
we're gonna
try
go
it.
ahead.
I'm gonna
yeah,
try it.
Yeah, illness tastes good. So you're gonna go ahead and throw all that shit away, because ultimately you spent like $14 on the cheese and the thing. So it's not that big of a deal, right? This is like a $25 meal, by the way, fellas, except for the wine part.
That should be equal or greater than the
I was gonna
total
say.
cost of the meal.
I was going to say that should be a $25 to $30 bottle of wine.
Easily.
So,
Yes. Yes.
and if you don't know shit about wine, ask somebody.
Mhm.
They'll tell you.
Or just go buy an
So-
expensive one.
Or just find one that's a little more expensive that doesn't have like a ghetto-ass label on it, you know?
If it doesn't say ghetto ass, you're probably okay.
If it doesn't say MD 20/20, then you'll be okay.
Actually, you're probably going to find those for like 3 for $20.
Yeah,
So
and if
pick
you-
those up for yourself just in case things go well.
3 for $20, that's like
Okay.
$6 a piece? No, well, I guess maybe now.
Yes, now.
Because I was going to say,
I'm
like, that
telling
was
you
like
now.
$2, dude.
I know.
And I highly recommend the blue or the orange, but not to cook with, but I would certainly drink with those. So, so those are my two favorites.
I mean, use those if the night goes well or if the night goes south.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? They come in really handy.
Exactly, but the vino is important. So,
So is the MD.
it is, but that's later on. So the so now what you do is, so the Zooks are doing their thing.
Yeah.
You got to make sure your table's set, your candles are lit. Everybody's had their, now's a little smoochy smooch time if you're feeling it, you know.
Yeah.
No gropies, no nothing, just a little romance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, set the
Okay,
mood.
setting the mood, but now
Right.
we got to eat, because I still got Zooks in the oven, baby. I got like 4 minutes to go on this shit.
Okay.
Okay, so now as soon as the Zooks come out, bang, you're done. Throw that shit on the stove. Take your 2 plates.
Yes.
Throw them in the already hot oven. Throw
Ooh,
that shit in there.
couple of
Bang.
minutes.
Close that. It's already at 420 as we determined. Turn that oven off.
Yep.
35 to 45 seconds, take your plates out. They will be perfectly warm. If you go longer than that, you're going to burn yourself, and you're going to keep cooking your food, which is not what you want to do.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're going to go ahead and pull them shits out. You're going to set that down. Now you grab yourself a spatula, okay? That's for the zucchini. pick those up. Pow. Okay. Get yourself a nice little spoon. Okay. That's gonna be for the sauce and for the taters. You
Okay.
know, so or for you can do one of each if you'd like, but trust me, the cross contamination in this is like highly encouraged.
fucking to die for.
It's highly encouraged. So anyway, so you scoop up the taters, right? Serving spoon, scoop that up. Then you go ahead and grab yourself, which piece of chickens do you think are delicious? And then she's like, oh, that one's good. I want that one. And you're like, okay, I got that one because I made that one with extra love. And she's like, oh, I could tell. And then you're like, yeah. And then you throw that on the
You
plate.
guys are watching this shit.
Kapow! And then you get yourself a nice little spoon. If you have used a Teflon pan, do not use a metal spoon. If you do, you will scratch your pan.
Okay.
And that is catastrophic.
Okay,
So-
Anders.
So, if you've used a metal pan,
Way to go.
use whatever the fuck you want.
Way to go,
If you've
Durs.
used a metal, or if you've used a Teflon pan, that's the black coated shit. Okay, for you 18-year-olds that are learning out here, get yourself a plastic spoon, and you go ahead and you take that sauce and you drizzle that shit. Oh snap! Right all over the chickens.
Yeah.
It has to go on the chicken. Then when she's smelled it,
Mm-hmm.
you want any on your potatoes?
Oh,
Yeah, I think I'll have a
bit.
little bit on there, and you're just like, yeah, okay, bang. Then you go ahead and serve yourself, my lady. We roll over to the table. We sit. You pull the chair out. She sits down. You pull the chair in. You make sure her vino has been topped off. Yet
The
again.
entire time.
Yet again. And then you go ahead and sit down with your vino and you cheers to Here's to Good Friends. Tonight is something special. The old Lowenbrow commercial. And
That's gonna kill it.
then you go on with your evening.
That's gonna kill it.
Okay. Now
If
you
she
post
doesn't die from food poisoning.
right post dinner because she won't because I've cooked it to at least 165 and I've used clean spoons and forks and done all the dishes.
So to speak.
So then once the chicken's gone off the foil, throw that shit in the garbage. Okay.
Okay.
When everything else is all done. While I've got a moment, I'll go ahead and take my bleach cleaner out and I'll spray that on the counter where the raw chickens was, and I'll clean that shit up because I don't want contamination on that shit. So I'll clean that shit up real quick too.
right.
So all that's good. Okay, now we've eaten. It's all good. Come into the kitchen. You know what you have for tomorrow for lunch?
Chicken Ray Romano.
We got chicken Ray Romano that, we could heat this up. You know what's even better? We just, heat it up just a little bit before we go and then throw it on a roll. And let's go to the park in the morning.
Oh, now you're trying to set up a second date already.
If it's going that direction and she's worth it, if you have decided you're going to make this meal for her,
Yeah.
she's worth it.
Okay.
Okay?
So then
I would hope. You
so
don't
then
just
you
pull
don't
this
need
out
the-
on some random
So you don't need the
rando.
Mad Dog then?
Hopefully not. Because
Should
then
you
you'll
still
know.
get the Mad Dog?
If she's
You
that kind
should
of
still
if
get
she's,
the Mad
if
Dog.
she's that kind of
You
chick,
should still get the Mad
it's
Dog.
always good to have Mad Dog around. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
just a
I'm with
rule
you.
of thumb. It's a good part of the earlyhood manhood of life.
Yes.
It's a good thing to
Yes.
have. Mad Dog is good to have
It
around.
is good to
Again, blue and orange, highly recommended.
the white, not so much.
Definitely not. The purple's just too much.
It's I mean
The reds, I didn't like the red. The red was too sweet
The
for
orange
me,
is
but that
the
would be
shit.
the third beat. Yeah. It goes orange, then blue, then red,
Yep.
then purple, then white.
and
And don't if you're stuck with white, move on to Strawberry Hill.
yeah, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Find something else
Peach
going
Knob,
on.
something
Yeah.
along those lines. But anyway, so now we've done that. Okay, so now we got our plates. We bring those in. I go ahead and rinse those up. I go ahead and set up. Again, I like to use Ziploc bags for storage or Saran wrap, whatever. So
Yeah.
I go ahead and get all that conveniently located. I do my pans up real quick. Okay, you want dessert? After we've had, God, that was the best meal I've ever had in my life, and maybe we grope, whatever. This is the time for groping. Okay, now.
Because why? What's for dessert?
Okay, you want dessert? Okay.
Your cock?
No. That'll be hopefully dessert round 2. So then,
You can't serve your cock for
Then-
dessert.
then
You can't. I know you. You can't serve it for dessert.
take one of said mixing bowls.
You serve it as an entire package.
Take one of said mixing bowls, and you take a bag of delicious chocolate chips. Ghirardelli chocolate chips.
Okay.
Pour that in a bowl.
All right.
The bigger of the 2 bowls, by the way. Because then you take the smaller mixing
What's up,
bowl.
David?
You
David's
put the
watching.
smaller of the mixing bowls with some water on that shit.
Okay.
Okay, that you have boiled or you can take your mixing bowl and put it over a pot of
Which
boiling
you
water.
boiled.
So that now we have steam coming up to the chocolate chips.
Yes.
Which you now reach into your refrigerator because you went to the grocery store to get ingredients.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and pull those strawberries out real quick.
Oh, so we're doing chocolate covered strawberries.
Fuck yeah, but you're doing that shit together, dude.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you guys are both dipping chocolate in one another and flicking it on one another.
Oh,
and
flicking.
maybe licking. Hey, needed to
Flicking
lick
and
it.
licking.
Maybe needed to lick it off one of each
didn't
other's
see the
fingers.
flicking and then licking part coming.
See,
Yeah.
you play fun games with the chocolate. You see
So
where this
then
goes?
your cock could be a dessert. Okay. When's the last time you dipped your member into
Chocolate.
chocolate? Has it been a while?
It's been a very, very, very long time.
Okay. Well, can
And
I?
let me put it this way:
Yeah.
I haven't made this meal
Because that's what my next question was going to be.
for somebody other.
Is we've just talked about this entire thing because you don't have a great grandmother fridge where you store all of your food
No.
to make these wonderful meals for.
No.
And the last meal that you said that you made was like 3 years ago. So when's the last time you executed the funny Ray Romano chicken and dipped chocolate with the phallic zucchini and red potato sides?
That was about just about 3 years ago.
So about-
two.
About 3 years ago, you were a real chef.
Whenever I moved from, it was like January-ish.
You were
of when I
cooking up a
was down-
storm.
It was like January-ish of when I was living down in the Pocket area.
So the moment you and I stopped talking, we just you started cooking all the time?
No, I
Because
just
you were
never-
making mac and cheese and shit, dude, when we were living next door to each
That's
other.
because my kids were only like 5 years old at the time. So
No, but
I mean,
you
I
were
was-
eating it.
That's because I only had to feed
I
me.
didn't even
mean, it
know
was
you
like-
knew how to operate a stove. You came over to borrow butter and weed one day, and it's never been the same.
There you go.
What the fuck?
There you go.
I didn't
Dude,
know you were Emerald.
You should see me when so one of my staples in like burritos and shit is corn. Okay. So when I throw the corn,
I
when
can't
throw
have corn right now.
when I throw a can of cone up in the pan
I'm not allowed
with
to
some
eat
butter,
corn right
and I
now.
do that shit.
Yeah.
Right. You know how many utensils I use for that?
One?
None.
None?
Well, I guess one because I got to put something to put the butter in the pan.
Okay.
So I had a knife to put the butter in the
Knife,
pan.
butter.
Then I stir that shit up, and then I sit there and I go.
Ooh,
Yeah,
he's flipping
I got the flips
corn.
and shit. I flipped the cone. I've been teaching the kids how to flip the cone, and then they were like,
Hey,
"What
but-
else can you? What else can you flip?" I have not gotten pancakes yet because I don't really make a lot of pancakes.
That's the
I
one
know
I can
how.
do.
But I can't do I haven't really tried. I think I could probably do it. Grilled cheese sandwiches, I got fucking
Grilled cheese
dialed.
sandwiches easy.
I got that shit dialed. But
And scrambled eggs, if I or any kind of egg minus a fucking over easy.
I can do the over easy. I can't do.
I can't flip them though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can flip the over easy
without breaking it.
without breaking it.
That's impressive.
And I can flip obviously the over hard, of
Yeah.
it, or
Over
medium. Either the two of those.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can do that. Scrambled. I need a utensil just to scramble them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if you scramble them and then you let them cook in the middle,
Oh,
okay, and you push them around, you can flip the initial one after, because I don't serve my scrambled eggs as one just
Yeah, I was
this.
gonna say.
So, but once I've got them browned on the one side, I flip them and then I chop them up with the fucking spatula,
Okay.
and I make them all fluffy.
Okay.
You
So
know?
this is what I've taken to doing with scrambled eggs is I use like the plastic spatula, the rubberized one that it's a spatula, but it's not like the one you think of. Right?
Correct.
Okay. So, and I learned this from my boy Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
So, why?
You can't fucking cook. You suck ass.
I don't have any creme fraiche, and that's how he fucking finishes
You
everything.
have creme fraiche.
But so creme fraiche. So but what I do is you start with a cool pan
Yeah.
and butter
Cool.
and
I'm a
the
cool
eggs.
ass pan.
You season them.
What's
You
up?
turn the heat up.
Turn
It
the
starts,
heat up.
and as they start to cook, you just kind of do the thing. You
Uh-huh.
keep it at a low heat. You take the thing off a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You season it again. You do that. You go back down, and it takes like 10 minutes to get them all.
If you're
done,
doing
right?
it for yourself, yes. If I'm making fucking scrambled eggs for the kids, It's a 4-minute process.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I won't even. Sometimes I won't even like. I'll just break them up in the pan, so
Yeah.
that way it gets some of the white in there too. I like that look. It just it's kind of a nice thing, and
Hey man, it's abstract.
it is.
Abstract
But
egg
it
art.
also gives you a little bit of different texture, and it gives it a little bit of a different flavor. Just a hint, So I don't know. I always enjoy that. So. And so, you do that, and then I always like to throw some cheese up in there. I found that Monterey Jack is better. I don't use pepper jack.
Dude, why would you? You'd get the fucking hiccups.
And that's exactly why I don't. But anyway, or Colby Jack is good for that too.
Colby?
Because Colby's got a Colby's got a nice little flavor to it.
Don't
as
call
well.
it Colby. It's Kobe.
It's not Kobe,
Just call it Kobe.
but it's not.
But that's what we call it now.
But it's pretentious.
It's what we call it
but-
now.
No, but
When
Colby.
the helicopter went down, we changed the cheese to Kobe cheese. Okay, so we
No,
could say his
because-
name more frequently.
Here's the reason that I'd stand against
Kobe
that.
cheese, bitch.
I stand against that because Colby cheese is a snooty kind of thing,
That's right. That's why we don't say it anymore.
and Kobe
Is the shit.
was not a snooty dude.
No, he
So-
wasn't. That's why we
so
changed
that's-
the name of Colby cheese.
So that's
to
why
Kobe cheese.
No, that's why I stand against that.
You're
shit.
making an argument that's in direct violation
I
of
stand
the
against that
argument
shit.
clause.
Oh shit! They found the
you know
ark.
what I'm saying? Well,
Don't lift the lid off, dude.
No,
don't.
they,
Your face
they
is gonna
did.
melt.
That's why we can't find the ark because somebody lifted the lid.
No, because he's
Okay.
gonna fucking his face is gonna melt off.
That's all right. I don't give a shit about his
Yeah,
face.
no doubt.
Listen, I want to next show. Toy must do a live demonstration of his cooking for a date. Fuck, that means I'd have to move some equipment into the kitchen.
I'm in.
I'm not. Can I? Okay, can we
Come
do
to
it?
my house if you want to.
No.
I got more space.
I've got a camping stove.
Could
Could you simulate on a camping stove?
I could simulate anything on anything, but
Well,
I can't
I'm
do
not
it
gonna
for
eat.
real.
First of all, I'm not gonna eat any food that you make on a camping stove.
I wouldn't. Well, I would. I would.
So then,
I can cook on a camping
so
stove.
then, make it happen on a camping stove.
Dude, it'll be like a 19-hour show if I do it at a camping show.
We'll start
On a camping
earlier,
stove.
for fuck's sake.
No.
Okay.
No, I will do it in the kitchen, and it will take an hour.
All right.
and it
Well,
will be fine.
as soon as my kitchen,
and delicious.
as soon as my kitchen's done and it's ready for video, then
Very
we'll do
good.
that. Because I'm in the
Very good.
I'm in the process of remodeling my entire fucking house again,
Yep.
which I think I did 2 years ago.
That's what you do.
And I'm back at it.
Yeah.
So I know.
By the way, I was noticing outside.
Yeah?
The stamped concrete.
Yeah,
It looks really fucking good, dude.
it does.
It really does. Look
Because
good.
we fucking killed it, bruh.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
brother.
right,
Oh,
dude.
shit looked good.
We do some good shit.
Yeah, that shit looked good.
We do
So,
enough good shit that we're actually gonna take a fucking quick break because I gotta pee. So
He was getting fidgety.
yeah.
And then I'm going to talk him into when we can do this cooking segment, not on a stove or a camping stove. 'Cause I
Yeah.
can do some shit.
Or if David's offering, dude, I can bring the equipment over to your place, dog.
Let's go there.
Okay. Or you know what?
I'm in.
I keep forgetting about this little
Road trip
upgrading studio equipment. We have a donation button on our Twitch feed,
We do?
right? Yeah, and we've gotten 0.0% of our goal.
What was our goal?
$1,000.
No.
For 100. I have it up for like 100 and some odd days, right?
That's
and I
not
just-
our goal, dude.
No, I just threw it up there just to see, right? If you guys want cooking, dude, somebody fucking like put $10 in there, dude, and I'll fucking make Toy come to your house and
All right.
cook.
So here's
Okay?
the. All right.
Like straight up, I'll do that.
Yeah. And then.
Like I will drive him over there, drop him off.
I just can't believe
film
you
the
didn't go with my
thing.
favorite number for
420?
my favorite financial number.
$6 million didn't fit on there.
No, $52,000.
52,000.
Because that's what Uncle Eddie or Cousin Eddie wanted from Clark.
Yeah, could you loan me some money? How much?
Sure, Eddie. How much?
52,000?
Sure, Eddie. How much? About $52,000. Okay.
I will change
So-
that before next show to 52,000.
That's better.
All right, or how about $5.20?
That'll work too.
Okay, because we might be able to hit that goal.
$5.20.
We might be able to hit that goal. So
Wait,
anyway,
I got one for you.
what? I gotta pee, son, bitch. What do you have? No.
About Tree Fitty.
No.
That's what it was.
Don't even.
I wanted about Tree Fitty.
Don't even. All right, listen. We're gonna be right back in
All
a
right,
minute. All
very
right.
good.
So mute that fucking thingy
Oh, yeah.
over there.
Got
All right, we'll be
it.
right back, guys. What the hell? Everything came back? Okay.
Apparently. Hey, everybody.
That'll work.
We were on break.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Yes, sir. That's what we do.
The camera's back. Nobody could see any of that shit.
Well,
but that
that's
was
good.
funny.
We did not have technical difficulties. Well, I guess technically we had technical
And
difficulties.
we smoke pot in the studio, so we don't have to leave to smoke pot. So it was a pee break, and I had to go all the way around my godforsaken huge ass house now because it literally
The mansion that is Stones
Oh, my-
RadioNetworks.com purchased.
But the long ass fucking have you seen what I've done here now? Like,
Have I seen it? Yeah,
Do you-
once or twice.
do you realize though now? Like, so you walk out of the studio, you walk into another office, you walk through the living room. Okay, you walk down this long ass fucking hallway
Yep.
to what's going to be my next living room.
Yep.
This is fucking ridiculous.
To the far side of that,
Of
where
the
the
moon.
fridge is,
Yeah, where the
to get
fridge
the
is.
last Coke.
to get
which
my
is
last
yours.
Coke, which you tried to steal as
No,
we were coming
no.
back. You
I was
son
gonna,
of a
but
bitch.
if this one was the last one, I would have taken it.
I know you would have taken it. Anyway, welcome back. Sorry, yeah, no. So yeah, mostly peeing and getting a Coke, and then yeah, we smoke pot here, so don't trip. Dave, we're good. We good.
Sorry, everybody.
No.
Okay.
yeah. We take the extra long breaks mostly because my friend can't multitask.
That's true. I was having a conversation. Once again, I got a phone call.
I was gonna ask people out there. I mean, how many of you guys have a friend who? Yeah, go ahead and bring her in.
Well, I was going to give her an introduction and
Well,
stuff, but
okay,
that's
well,
okay.
I will let you introduce her, dude.
Okay.
But do you guys have friends? So they get on their phone and they literally cannot hear you when you're 2 feet away talking to them when they're texting. Do you guys have people like this in your life? Because I do. He's sitting to my right.
Here's that though. But in
He cannot.
I can't. But here's the flip side to that.
What?
Is if I am texting with you,
Yeah.
you have 100% of my attention.
I know, but I don't. I mean, I do. We do text a lot, but we talk more than we text.
Usually,
And
but
you cannot. You can't even look away. You can't even give the proverbial like nod of the head, like You know what I mean? Like people just do out of courtesy.
I can't sometimes.
You can't even do
It depends
You don't
on who I'm
fucking
texting
hear
with.
shit.
It depends on who I'm texting with too.
There is a lot of truth to that.
So I was
Anyway.
focused on that conversation because it was important to me. So I'm sorry. Man,
Are you gonna be making dinner anytime soon?
God, I hope so.
All right. Well, then I guess the.
Well, I don't know.
conversation-
Had we?
guess
Where,
the
where are we at
conversation-
with our goal?
We're.
Well,
at
I got a location, right? Dave's
we're-
house.
We're at $0. Dave hasn't offered up his house. I
Oh.
just said since he brought the idea up,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, okay.
why couldn't he
I need
host that?
I need a nice kitchen. Would be good. You know. I mean, I'm not fronting on Dave's kitchen. I'm just saying.
That's
if you
why
got
you're
a
not
nice
using-
kitchen. I'm in.
That's why you
You
can't
know?
use mine because it's not done yet.
It's not. It's functional though.
It's
I could
ugly
totally
as-
use it. I
it's
could totally
ugly as
use
shit.
it, but it doesn't video present as well as we would like
I'm
it
not.
to.
I'm not using.
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
and
not-
mine doesn't either.
No.
Because I've got a Montgomery Ward fucking stove, so works great, but it's old.
All right.
It's
so,
still 318. It was 152 for the first year and a half that I lived there, and then my son changed the clock to 318.
Well, at least it's now 3:18.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something. Let me see if I get. Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay, so
So,
I tweeted out something.
Yeah.
I think we're going in the same direction with this.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. You go first.
All
You're
right.
the
Well,
leader.
I just want to know. We have a new addition to the Stones and Toy family,
We do. We have a guest appearance, if you will.
if you will.
We have talked about this young lady many times. She has made a couple of appearances in some random ways through some recordings and the like.
Just say you can't keep your fucking hands off of her.
I can't.
Okay.
This is if anybody has been groped by the toy. I hope you enjoyed it. And I know that this is the one that has fallen victim to. I had to try it anyway. Has fallen victim to the most groping in my life. She has been a part of my life since the year 2000.
Ooh.
Actually, 1999. Technically, it was
Okay.
New Year's Eve, 1999. It was
Yeah.
my birthday. I was working on the ambulance at the time.
Ambulance.
And I was working in Sacramento that day,
Okay.
and my partner and I were posted at the Arden Fair Mall region. So we go ahead and buzz over to Guitar Center, and or walking around Guitar Center and chilling, and I see this thing, and I'm like, oh, it's speaking to me, and I look at her, and I take her down, and I fondle her a little bit, and she's like, ooh, I like you, and I was like, ooh, I like you too.
You gonna introduce
It was
this
all
chick?
nice, and then I worked out a deal because it was my birthday. I was on duty, and they were having a sale.
Paramedic.
Yeah, and they were having a sale.
Yeah.
And so dude knocked off 50% for me. And so I found a very expensive young lady that I got for a very reasonable price.
Okay.
And then from that moment on, I've loved her and adored her, and she has been through thick and thin with me. And
Jesus Christ, that's the longest introduction. This
it
is worse
is,
than
but
mine.
she's special. And by default and accident, she got the name Dion. And I would like to, ladies and gentlemen, introduce to you my soulmate, Miss Dion Warwick.
Oh,
if
that
you will.
is Dion. What a beautiful,
Yes, you see-
beautiful young lady.
You see, Miss Dion
Where is
a Warwick
oh, that's right, I moved it.
Corvette Standard African Babinga made bass guitar.
Okay.
And she's been with me forever. 21 years at this point.
Does she make noises?
She does.
Yeah?
I've gone ahead and turned her up now. Let's see where we are.
Oh, she makes
Oh,
noises.
Upset. Sorry, Dion.
Yeah. Don't upset Dion. Very nice. Oh, that's nice right
Anyway,
there.
that was a little something. As I was noodling around with Dion earlier, I rediscovered that was one that I wrote with the band If You CK
If
in there.
You
So
CK.
this was another one that. But you asked for a little funkiness.
Yeah.
So.
Mm.
Up. Hang on. It's been a while for that one.
Well, you're gonna have to keep playing it because I got something to go with it. So there was the other day, I had to talk to the kids, but they weren't my kids. They were the Toys kids. They called me
yeah.
up. They said, "Hey, can you help me?" I said, "No." They said, "Please?" I said, "No." You're fading out. Your input's fading out.
This is what happened the other night.
Yeah?
That's weird.
Oh, I was grooving there too. Yeah, because you're all the way up.
I thought you were doing that.
Nope. You are all the way up right now, buddy.
Hang on.
All right, well, I'm going to turn you off because I was
Dion's
cruising.
Again, Dion's been through some tough times.
I was cruising,
so-
but I'm going to keep going because the other night I get a phone call from the youngest of the the toy kids.
Yes, sir.
And
They said, Tom, help.
I didn't even know that they, first of all, knew how to get a hold of me, and second of all, that they knew I knew anything about anything. And I got called for, here we go. I got called for engineering help.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I hear you.
There it is.
He's loving
Oh, this is the other one I was doing.
All right, give it.
All right, you ready? This is you. I don't know if you can name that tune, but
I can't name any tune, dude.
I got to play it right first.
Yeah. I don't know it.
I'll give you the first line of the song.
Okay.
Just after midnight.
Dude, see, this is where I'm no good at this stuff.
Just after midnight.
Dunno. No.
And this is Thriller.
Oh, God. Okay. Your rendition, I had no effing clue. Okay. All right. Now I can hear it. All right. Well.
Okay, I got one more for you.
All right. I guess I don't listen to enough bass lines. I don't. I
Just beat it. Beat
Okay,
it.
Jesus Christ. Get off the Michael Jackson shit.
I can't help it, man. His bass player was funky. All right, you'll know this one.
All right, well, play me something for fuck's sake. Come on, Brickhouse.
There you go.
All right. I got
That's-
one.
you
One
got
out of
one.
3.
1
out of 3.
Let's see. What's another one?
What Zeppelin song is this again? Fuck, I can't remember any of the.
How many more times?
How many more times?
Or we can go with this Zeppelin song. You'll know this one.
Yeah. I hear it now. Not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad. So what are you playing right now in your band?
Bass.
No, I mean like, what songs? Jackass.
Let's see. What did we just pull out? 3 Strange Days by School of Fish.
Okay.
Which is a cool tune. Heartbreaker by the Rolling Stones. Heartbreaker. Do,
Yeah.
I can't remember the rhythm on it right now. Anyway, those are the notes. So Heartbreaker, 3 Strange Days, Give Me Some Lovin', Spencer Davis.
I hear my Sharona.
I know it's the same. It's the
I
same
heir
thing.
my Sharona.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I
I
was
can't
probably
help
playing
that.
it a little like that, but
I
that's
can't help it.
Spencer Davis. What was the other one? Twice as Hard. We got going.
Okay.
Rick Rose. There
Yeah.
you go.
All right, well, play me something that I can get into.
You want
again.
some funk again? All right, I'll give you Superstition. How's that?
You give me whatever you want, but let me get into this. Oh, wait, hold on. Before you do anything, can you do the Barney Miller riff?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Meow. Taking request on the Stones and Toy Show. Live bass playing by the Toy.
There you go.
All right.
You want Night Court? And then it goes on to the horn part. Yep. I can't do any Seinfeld though, so please don't throw that at me. There you go.
All right. Well, I had to finish it. You started it. I had
that.
to finish it,
I
right?
appreciate that. So so let's go back to technical support. So let me just tell you about how that goes.
Yeah,
Real
so
quickly. I'll give you the intro on it because obviously I can't do 2 things at once.
Yeah, so I bring this up because this is going to be the last thing we talk about tonight, because we do have a very important show that comes up at the top of the hour. It's the Unscripted Podcast.
Indeed. Looking forward to those fellas.
Zach Lowe, Miles Coffee, Dylan Munch.
Munchy Munch.
Find them on
Crunch and
the
Munch.
Twazzle machines. They're also on the Facey Space. But, hit them up and definitely tune into their show tonight. I'm sure they're going to have a kick-ass show considering we've had a ass-kicking show.
That's what we do, though.
Yeah,
So
so-
they're going to have to follow it strong.
Yeah.
We're just the opening act. Remember that shit.
That's right. We are just the openers.
Yeah.
So yeah, please set this up because I literally out of the blue get a fucking phone
and
call.
I know that we actually haven't talked about this, so you still don't really understand the whole situation.
I don't.
So okay, here's what happened. So my kids are addicted to PlayStation, first of all, as I think all children are.
Yeah.
So Logan plays this game, Apex Legends.
I haven't
And
heard of
it's
it.
some
Don't know
sort
what the fuck
of
you're talking about.
combat game, but it's like in the spiritual world with different people that do different things and
Gods and
different
demons?
Kind of. They have like different characters and stuff. Turns out the esteemed Zachary Lowe is at the same level as my son, which is upper echelon in this game at this point.
Your 10-year-old?
11.
Or 11 now,
Yeah,
excuse me?
Yeah.
So our 22-year-old coming up on the Stones Radio Networks here in about 50 minutes is at the same level in a game as your 11-year-old.
Like 400 and something.
That's
They've
really
worked their way
impressive,
up.
Zach.
It is. So
Please step your fucking game up.
right. So, but like I said, so Logan's been working on this. He's been addicted to this game for the last like 4 months, and he's been playing it like nonstop.
That's sad.
And he's got 2 different characters
So
that he
sad.
likes to use. I know,
Okay.
but it's kind of funny because it's turned into this funny kind of situation.
Okay.
So he's got 2 characters that he uses a lot. One is called the Octane, and the other one is called the Wraith.
The Wraith.
Okay, so the Wraith is slings like this kind of cool double-edged knife thing.
Okay.
And the Octane is like this speed freak that runs around real fast. But basically, you run around, you pick up guns, and you try and kill all the other players on the game. Right.
All right, yeah.
So it's kind of like
It's
so
perfect. It's perfect to get kids to play with other kids.
right. It's much like Fortnite. It's much like this
sorry.
game called PUBG.
None of these. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right, but they're these first-person shooter games that you run around and you play against everybody else online.
Okay.
And, it's
All
and you
And
like
the kids get off on it. So
right, and you
knock
like fly into these zones and you run around and you try and get things. Right,
Knock yourself out.
So he's got like 2,700 kills with one guy,
Ooh.
and he's got like 2,300 kills with another guy.
Ooh.
And I guess like every so many levels you get these things called packs. Right?
You get money for this shit?
No, but you can pay money because freemium ain't free, baby.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
but
I didn't
you
know if
get-
he was making money with this.
No,
Okay.
you can if you stream it, and he's trying to get to that point.
Oh, tell him he's gonna have to come over here and take a couple lessons from
Dude,
Uncle Stones.
He'd be all about it.
All right.
So he's he's trying to get to that point. So basically, the other night we were using the PlayStation to watch. Actually, we were watching the Pandemic special.
Okay.
And
All right.
and in the middle of it, and it was just getting to the part where Randy discovered Jimbo and what he had to do to save Jimbo.
Okay.
And and all of a sudden it just goes black on the screen,
Got a black screen.
and then all of a sudden it pops up safe mode.
On a black screen still?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on safe mode, and I was like, and they're like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know. You're talking to the wrong guy, Shit, I don't know." So they were like, "Well, shit, turn it off." So we turned it off and he unplugged it and all that. Well, apparently there's this one feature on this PlayStation 4
Yeah.
that if it's on at any time and you unplug it,
Yes.
it causes some sort of fucking malfunction because it didn't shut down properly.
Yeah, and as it's what's known in the business as the premature BSOD, which is the blue screen of death.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And in this, it's a safe. It's called safe mode, and
Right.
that's exactly what it is. It's a
Right.
safe mode that it puts it into, and then it literally it's a vicious cycle if you don't know how to get out of it.
Right. So that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
So he starts calling around the next day about he calls GameStop and
Yeah.
the chick tells him, okay, well you can get an external drive and you can do this and you can do that, or if you have the disc you can reinitialize, or you can do these different
Yeah.
things. He's like, is my data going to be gone from my game?
That's all he cared about.
All he
dude.
cared about. He's like, is my data going to be gone from the game? And they're like, well, yeah, everything is erased. So, but it restarts it. So he's like, so whatever is that you've got on there is gone. And he's
Yep.
fucking devastated, dude. Devastated. Dude, I've been working so hard on this. Okay. Oh, that was the other thing about the packs.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So every 500 packs, but you open they're like packs of baseball cards,
Okay.
basically, but they give you different things in the game. There's something called an heirloom, which is the weapon of choice for this character, right?
Jesus Christ.
Right?
All right.
Okay. Some people open like 20, 30 packs,
Uh-huh.
they have an heirloom. Okay, Logan's opened 494 packs, and he has not yet gotten an heirloom.
No shit.
Zach has opened like 470, has not gotten an heirloom, which was what made me laugh.
So
when
these guys are crying
that's
over
what,
an heirloom.
That's what, when we went over there to set that shit up, that's what I was talking to them about, was this game. So,
This is so sad, dude.
yeah, so,
I'm like feeling bad now.
So Logan's like I said, he's like 6 packs away
Yeah.
from being supposedly guaranteed an heirloom, right? And then it got to the point where he was like a couple months or like a month ago, he was like, I don't know which one to get now. I like this other guy's, but he's been like obsessed with the butterfly knife for the Octane, and then he's like, but I like Race knife, and then he starts, which one should I get? Which one should I get? Which one should I get? And it was
Lord.
like, because again, 1 every 500 is, so he's only going to get one shot at this, right? So
Got one chance, one opportunity.
exactly.
Mom's
So then
spaghetti
we're
on your
watching the
sweatshirt.
pandemic special, and this thing fucking goes out, and he's like, everything's going to be gone. The number of fucking games I played, the number, how much money I've spent on all opening packs and all these things, right? And so he calls PlayStation.
Yes.
Me-
I talked
asked
to him
the-
after PlayStation, I believe.
Right, yeah, because
Yeah.
he calls PlayStation, and PlayStation tells him, well, you basically, anything that's on there is going to be history. And he's like, but he's like, no. And he's like, and so I'm like, he's trying to talk to him because he can explain it better than what I can, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I'm like, wait a second. What if he signs in on somebody else's PlayStation? Isn't his account still going to be good?
Uh-huh.
And the dude's all, yeah. And I'm like, so everything on these games and all that's all going to be on there? And he goes, well, if it's saved on the cloud. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, so.
Is it?
Yeah. And so I'm like, so why is it not going to work if it's on his PlayStation? Like if we reinitialize it and he signs back in.
Yeah.
Why is it not there? And he goes, it's just the default. It's the machine and it's the IP and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like,
He was trying to sell you a new fucking unit.
so I'm like, and he's like, what if? And so then Logan is just all, well, what if I buy a new one?
Mm-hmm.
And the dude's all, you can totally do that. And then when you sign in, everything's there. And I'm like, I don't understand how that's like not
Yep.
always the case, right? Like, what the fuck?
100%.
So-
I like I said, I called it when he called me. I guess is where I got to take over,
So right from there, right?
Yeah.
So then he's just like sitting there with me, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I don't know. I wish I knew how to do this stuff. And he's like, you know anybody that knows how to do like computer stuff? And I was all, fuck, call Tom. And he's all, really? He knows how to do stuff? And I'm like, from what I saw, I thought of you and Alex years ago talking about the blue screen of death,
Yeah.
right? So I thought of that. And
Yeah.
I was like, he at least knows what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can help, but he at least knows what that is. So I was like, fuck, call Tom. And he's like, all right. And so I handed him my phone, and he goes through, and I guess he called, and then
Well, he
ended up texting. And
Yeah,
then
so he calls, and I missed the call from you, right? So when I finally got back to it, I texted. I said, hey, dude, I missed a call. And he goes, hey, dude, it's Logan. And I went, what? What's going on, dude?
Yeah.
And he goes, do you have a second? And then I'm thinking to myself, oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Now I'm talking to my best friend's son, and he says, do you have a second on my best friend's phone?
Shit's going to get real in a second.
Dude, is he dead? So then I go, what's going on, kid? And he goes, I have
That
been.
was that for that.
There you go. I have been
I'm
on.
like Chuck in the Mitch Hedberg
I have
record.
been on the phone with PlayStation. I called GameStop. I've got these YouTube videos that I'm looking at, and he goes through pretty much the exact same thing. And all he fucking cares about is saving his data. Saving his data. I know nothing about PlayStations.
Right.
Okay? I know very little about gaming in general as far as what it's all about.
You know more than I do.
But the internal workings of all of these devices, I don't know how, but I found my hands on these devices throughout their generations. My friends have brought me their things and said, dude, this shit doesn't work. And I said, well, fuck it, let me see if I can make it work. And, most of the time, I can make shit work. So I was blown away that he's like, I can't do shit, I can't do anything, and I just want my data. So I'm like, all right, what are you looking at right now? And he sends me a YouTube video that he's watching. And so I watch it for a minute, and I get back to your son. I was like, look, everything the guy said in there is correct. If you follow these instructions, you're okay. But what you're missing is where is your data? Okay.
Right.
And he kept telling me, well, I don't know. Is it on the cloud? Is it? I'm like, do you have a PlayStation account? Because I know from my kids, they have
Right.
Xbox.
Right.
You have an Xbox account. Do you have a PlayStation account? Yes, I do. Log into your PlayStation account. Your data is actually stored in a cloud
Right.
or on a server cloud through
By-
PlayStation.
Right.
And they hold this information.
Yep.
Because exactly what you said was, well, if my son goes to his friend's house to play and he logs in as himself, isn't all of his shit there? Yes, it is. Because that's how it works.
Right.
So
And that's why I couldn't figure out why it mattered what he did to his PlayStation to
Yes.
have anything.
Yes.
I'm like, why can't he just reboot it and then sign back in? And they're like, well, no, all that's gone. And I'm like, but
there is
why is it machine specific?
So because the way they can track their devices is once you buy a device and you log into it, that it's now IP secured. Okay? So everything that runs on that IP is secured. So if you were to sell it, okay, somebody couldn't take it, log in as you, and take all of your stuff.
Okay.
All right? There's a whole point of that. That's why you can wipe these systems clean and sell them.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And that's where he was stuck. But I was just shocked. This kid is 11. He is so fucking knowledgeable
I know.
about the inner workings of software and hardware that blew my mind. Okay? I mean, I did have to explain to him a couple of things.
Yeah.
You know, but he understood how it all functioned.
Oh yeah, he gets it way better than I do.
I was
I don't have a
blown
fucking
away,
clue.
dude. I
Like
was
he'll talk to
blown
his
away.
friends about it, and like he can see me glaze over.
Yeah.
So he doesn't talk to me about it because he's like, "Kid, what about this?" Like the one thing I know how to do is
Yeah.
like when the Wi-Fi is out, I know how to hit the fucking reset button. Like, and I know how to unplug that and wait for 30 seconds to plug it back in if I have to. Like that's it.
He actually called me a couple of weeks prior, asked me about your Wi-Fi.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's like, "Hey Tom, can you come make my Wi-Fi faster?" And I'm like, "No, it's Wi-Fi, bro. Like you have what you have."
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's like, "Oh, okay."
I solved that.
But I was
mean,
just so it blew my mind at how he's 11, dude. I've known this kid since he was fucking, this tiny.
Yep.
And
He's not
is-
much bigger now though, but
He is so, but he's so smart in this field, and how most kids now are they're really in tune with that kind of shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I just thought it was cool, and I'm glad that he was able to finally.
Yeah, he
'Cause
called
the
this
one-
afternoon right when I pulled up. That's
Yeah.
who he called right then, and I was like, "What's up?" And he goes, "My PlayStation's working."
Yeah.
I initialized it, and I was like, "All right." Again, I don't know what the fuck that means, but I initialized it. Okay, and I signed in, and
all my data
everything's
was
there,
there.
and I'm like, "Awesome!"
Yep.
And he goes, "And I'm in a game now," and I'm like, "Cool. Well, everything's cool then." He's
Yep.
like, "Yep, thank you. Tell Tom thanks." And I
Sweet.
said, "Cool." So
Good. Well,
he said thank you.
I
I'll
had to
tell
give him
that-
shit though, and you still have to give him shit. The one thing that could have avoided several days of waiting, the fucking kid, and all kids have this problem. My kids have it with their PIN number on their ATMs. They don't remember.
Passwords.
They can't remember their passwords.
I know. I told him. I
They
told
cannot
him.
remember the So he calls me up, and I'm like, dude, we could take care of this right now. Log into your PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the password is. It's your fucking account. Nobody else has his PlayStation account. Okay? It's his.
I know.
So what the fuck? You don't know the fucking password to it? How do you not know? You haven't done the drugs that I've done. You haven't fucked yourself over like I fucked myself over. How do you forget? I don't understand how you forget.
No, and for some, I mean, and it's funny because they create them like just out of randomness for a one-time use. Like, and it's like, no, dude, you use the same one every time
For the rest of the time you use
for the
them.
rest of the time, because that way you know it's that, you know it's this email, and you know it's
I
this
don't know my
password.
password.
Okay,
I
well-
just lost my shit. I'm
Right,
like,
and I'm
I
like-
can't help you.
And I told him, I'm like, and write it down.
Yes.
and put it somewhere.
If
Write it down.
that's what you got to do to remember it, fucking you got to do that. But
Exactly.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me, kid? That's all. If you just had that password, we'd be done.
Yeah.
This whole thing, he wouldn't have had to wait. What is today? Is fucking Sunday, so that was Friday, right?
Something like that.
So he was
Yeah.
without a PlayStation for a couple days.
Yep.
He ain't getting that fucking that 500 fucking pack.
Oh, you probably did today.
You think so? You loving Dion
I am.
on the show.
She sounds great,
So here's what you need to do is I have no problems bringing Dion
but it's can't
on any
distract me.
time, but you gotta figure out a way to incorporate her. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can talk and play in the background, that's cool. I don't know how much you can do that because we know how narrow focused you are. I'm gonna have to turn him off because he's
No, I'm sorry.
he's playing.
I was
great.
actually listening to about how I was narrow focused, so I decided not to look up.
Totally narrow focused ass bag.
Totally decided to look up.
So, but yeah, dude, figure out a way to fucking incorporate her, man. I'm in. All
A
right.
little superstition right there.
Now, you also play a guitar, correct?
I do.
Does your guitar have a name?
No. One of them does.
Oh, okay.
One of them does. The one I would bring over here has a name.
Okay. Well, then,
and her name is Heidi.
you know what we could do with the guitar a lot better than a bass. And I'm not fronting on your bass, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm just running this off a shitty cord right into the fucking board. So I mean, there's nothing to
but-
this. This
but
is
if you-
straight up just Dion by herself.
If you brought Heidi over,
Mhm.
we could do some sing along shit.
we could. I can
Okay.
bring her over next week.
I can't really do much with the bass, bro. I can't.
No, I know. I'm
You
totally
know?
with you. I'm
I mean,
totally with you.
I
It's
could
a-
try. I was
it's a
gonna
different
try to
part.
rap. That was the whole point. Is I was
Right.
gonna try to tell that story in some rap form, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's because
So-
I didn't play it right.
Well, we didn't rehearse, dude,
That's true. And I hadn't even thought about.
and we've never rehearsed. This is what I'm thinking.
There it is.
Here's what I want.
It's this note.
Stop fucking up, okay?
I'm trying.
Play your shit that you love so much, okay? That you just can play like there's nobody's business. And I want you to take us out.
All right.
Okay, I'm letting you take us out.
All right.
Okay.
What do I want to play? Name that tune.
Because we were going to talk about, honestly, folks, we were going to be talking, tonight we were supposed to be talking about the countdown to the alien invasion, or not the alien invasion, but the alien reveal, okay? We were going to, I really wanted to talk about our upcoming camping trip into the Winnemucca Lake area. We had to finish up on the bidet shit, okay? Literally.
Phrasing.
And I will be getting my wonderful colonoscopy on Wednesday, so we'll have a full fucking recap of my shitty shits and my asshole coming up then. As my sister pointed out on Facebook the other day, it is not okay for me to photograph my asshole and put it on the internet, because the internet is for life. That sucks. Because you know my motto.
Just do it.
The whole is the soul to the world, baby. Thank you for watching Stones and the Toy.
Thank you very much.
I'm Stones That's Toy, and
This is Dion.
This son of a bitch is gonna be taking us out tonight. Take us out, baby. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned. 9 o'clock, the Unscripted Podcast, right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Listen up, everybody. Thank you for listening. Checking in. Mwah.
Thank
Love ya.
you.